We go again? Of course we go again. Question is, are you up for the ride? Roll up, ladies and gentlemen. One man went to mow. Yes, we go again. Are you up for the ride? The session has commenced and your company is required. That thing that happens twice a day happening exactly the first installment right now. If you are available, avail yourself of what is going on here. Important matters Nigeria related or for discussions. No holds barred. Come as you like. Bring your own bottle of whatever it is that your picadillo is. Bring your bottle of wine. One man went to mow. The eagle has landed.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Well, this is MOBM. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika yabika kwa namno wao. Hey, anamekele mazuche mefo. Mwanemo, it's an honor having you on board. When I'm singing along, holy, 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 Nandekano, it's another Savior. Just sing along, holy, 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 Nandekano, it's another Savior. When I sing along, holy, 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 it's another Savior. Getting it right and getting it faster now. It's another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Another Savior.
Holy, 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 Adimebujuku. Another Savior.
Well, this is MOBM. This is dedicated to the gallant heroes of the Nigerian Biafra War and IPO families all over the world. I remember the Nigerian Biafran War, in the thickness of the Biafra genocide. Hey, one man revived the vanishing hope to life. Let the great Biafran army to fight, and they were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. They were singing out, holy, 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 is another Savior. Holy, 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 is another Savior. Many years after the genocide, whoa, yet another great leader has risen up now. Oh, and he's leading the Biafrans to victory. Inyamadika yabika kwa namno wao. Hey,
And there it is right there. Holy, 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 holy Nnamdi Kanu, the other savior. The farmyard singers from the eastern part of Nigeria. The farmyard singers from the, I don't know why I was quite talking like that. I don't know why. Sometimes the mood just takes me and I just flow with it. So that was what happened there. Pardon me. The farmyard singers from the eastern parts of Nigeria. The farmyard singers from the eastern part of Nigeria are holy, holy, as guys, I bring you this. 2023 presidency, full text of Northern Governor statement asking Buhari to pick successor from the South. So this now, we've been in this space for a good, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months longer, with a lot of people insisting that, look, the power must transit to the South, but there are certain elements within the Nigerian society. We're talking about Stockholm syndrome now. Do you know Stockholm syndrome? Do you know what I'm going to give you you know what Stockholm syndrome is? There was an incident that happened in Stockholm in Sweden. This is just a loose translation, by the way. This is not verbatim. This is not a categorical account, but a loose feel of it. There was an incident that happened in Stockholm in Sweden a long time ago when some terrorists kidnapped some bunch of people, amongst them women, and they kept them hostage for quite a long time. And by the time the authorities were able to rescue these people were defending the people that kidnapped them. So they have been able to corrupt them, their mind so much that they have seized control of that mind to make them mentally subservient to them. So this is the mindset that permeates a lot of Nigerians, a significant minority, but thankfully not an impactful number. But there are certain elements that have been so subsumed by this Fulani oppression that they have surrendered their mentality to an Aboki from wherever, from the Sahels. So no, but thankfully not all of us. The Nigerian space, the southern space, had been insisting that this power must transit back to the south, and certain elements, especially sadly and disturbingly southern elements, they've been going around insisting that no, the Fulanis are so masterful. They do not just completely prostrate mentally to just some MALLAM that herds cows. No. 2023 presidency, full text of Northern Governor statement asking Buhari to pick successor from the South. And not only is Buhari going to pick his successor from the South, that presidency must come to the South. Otherwise, there'll be consequences. So this is what is going on. Sorry, I don't know. I don't know what's charged my sense. Maybe I've had too much sugar, but a rush of blood to the head, perhaps. So let me calm myself down as I go to the next headline. But the annoyance, we've had endless conversations with some low-wit elements that will come onto social media spaces and these are southern elements. I can understand northern elements have been of this mindset, but these are southern elements that will come to a space that is agitating for equity and insist that they want to have predominance of another ethnicity over their well-being and their life. It's just it's quite disturbing. 2023. Sorry, let me calm down. 2023. Buhari endorses Southern presidency, refuses to anoint anyone amongst aspirants. So an open field now, but who does this play in favor of? So I'll actually read that out before the first one. And sorry, by the way, I don't know. I was just I think it was just the headline that rushed to my head, and then all the endless conversations that's been going on social media, especially among Southerners. A lot of them of just that subservient mindset that they're in hands up surrender to just that surrender monkey mindset. It's been too jarring for too long. But no, we cannot. I'm an Oyo man. So you have to understand. You have to have that at the backdrop of your mind. So you have to excuse. I'm just. That's how we are built in that space. But let me break it down a notch or several as I go on with the headlines. So let me recap the headlines again. Buhari endorses Southern 2023. Buhari endorses Southern presidency, refuses to anoint anyone from APC, amongst the APC aspirants. Still 2023, full text of Northern Governor statement asking Buhari to pick successor from the South. Nigerians react as Buhari declares support for 2023 Southern presidency. And consensus candidates, APC Southwest governors, leaders, meet Tinubu, Osinbajo, others. Let's do that again. Consensus candidates, APC Southwest governors, leaders, meet Tinubu, Osinbajo, other ruling parties, Yoruba presidential aspirant. So the decision is yours, but make that decision. And that decision now, fast forwarding. APC Southwest aspirants make progress, narrow consensus to Fayemi, Tinubu, Osinbajo. So a field of 3 now, and amongst those, your president most likely will come. Osinbajo, Tinubu, or Fayemi. APC Southwest aspirants make progress, narrow consensus to Fayemi, Tinubu, Osinbajo. So that's the mix. Is hopefully a shortish session. Apologies for my somewhat. I've been accusing Peter Obi of a rush of blood to the head severally. So that was my moment of rush of blood to the head. It's just the culmination of all of the conversations that we've been having. When some people are insisting, especially somebody like myself, I'll have to hold my hands up to say that I'm insistent on power transiting to the South. And there are elements, I can understand northern elements being of a particular mindset. Everybody wants their own interest, but southern elements insisting that the Fulanis will always have the whip hand over you. That has never been something that has fully rested within my mind. And that was what spilled out in that moment. So a bit of calmness. Let me take a moment out of it to just rewind myself back to normalcy. And as I rewind myself back to normalcy, I invite you to click on the like button, excusing my verbosiousness in the introductory. Actually, don't excuse it. I cannot apologize for emotions felt. So just click on the like button if you are inclined to do that and you have no reasons not to do that, because we are pushing hard to get the numbers up. So click on the like button, and if you're not already subscribed, click on that as well. And if you're interested to come and engage in conversations around these talking points that I have highlighted, click on the hyperlink in the comment section that says StreamYard. So I'll put the hyperlink in the comment section again. It's an open microphone session, and the open microphone inviting you to come and speak on the platform is this hyperlink that I'm now posting in the comment section that says StreamYard. So click on the like button as a matter of compulsion. Click on the subscribe button, which is mandatory, but at your discretion, if you feel like, click on the hyperlink that says StreamYard if you want to come and engage me in a conversation around these talking points that I've highlighted. As you set about the clicking though, let me provide you with a little bit of a liquid inducement. Your calabash to the ready as we join the K Guides.
Water, only water, only water, where they see ma. Water, only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido, hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ilé sọ́dí kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Chief Wẹ́lá ti kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù ré o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòde ojàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o ó dilé o. ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe o.
And there it is right there. Iku Koniru Agweshe, may death have nothing to do with us. Iku Koniru Agweshe. Before I go to the readouts, though, a little bit of a call out to the people that are joining me on the screen. If your face is known on social media and you have if you've ever had your face already attached to your name or your nickname or whatever on social media, then can you have your cameras on when I bring you on the screen? Because a lot of the feedbacks that I'm getting is that people want to associate your opinions with your face. So they want you to stand by your words. So if your face, if you are not already visible on social media, then you can have an avatar. But if you are already known on social media, then there's no reason for you not to have your screen on. If your face is already visible in whatever spaces you are on social media, then there's no reason not to have your cameras on. But if you are not known on social media and you want to maintain your anonymity, then of course we respect that. But if you are known on social media, then please have your camera on, because I've been getting a lot of feedback around that. So from that to this, 2023, Buhari endorses Southern presidency, refuses to anoint anyone amongst the aspirants. So there it is right there, an open field. But who does this favor? President Muhammad Buhari has endorsed the rotation of the presidency to the southern part of the country after his 8 years tenure. The president made this known in a meeting he had with presidential aspirants on the platform of the All Progressive Congress on Saturday night. Earlier in the meeting, the president asked the ruling APC presidential aspirants to pick a consensus candidate amongst themselves ahead of the party's primaries on June the 6th, which is actually tomorrow. Correspondents earlier reported that 11 northern governors backed a southern aspirant for the ruling party. This led Jigawa Governor Badaru to withdraw from the presidential race, according to a statement from the governors on Saturday night. The governors who signed the statement include Bello Masari Katsina, Nasir El-Rufai Kaduna, Atiku Bagudu Kebbi, Simon Lalong Plateau, Abdullahi Ganduje Kano, Bello Matawale Zamfara, Yahaya Gombe, Babagana Zulum Borno, Sani Bello Niger, and Abdullahi Sule Nasarawa. Apart from former Lagos State Governor Bola Tinubu and Vice President Oshibanjo, other aspirants are the Senate President Ahmed Lawan and former ministers Rotimi Amechi, Ogbonaya Onu, Godswill Akpabio, and Nwa Juibi. Serving governors who are also aspiring to be president are Kayode Fayemi Ekiti, Yahaya Bello Kogi, David Umahi Ebonyi, Ben Ayade Cross River, and Badaru Abubakar Jigawa. But did we just read earlier that he had, yes, I think he has since subsequently withdrawn. Others include former Senate President Ken Nnamani. So Ken Nnamani, according to reports that is being circulated around the media space, he was already disqualified at the screening process. Former House of Representatives Speaker Deji Bankole, so I think he was also dismissed at the screening phase. And serving Senators Ibukunle Amosun, Ajayi Borofis, and Rochas Okorocha, who also, from reports, has been stepped down at the screening process. So that is the situation as it subsists. Mallam Buhari has assented to power transit into the south, at least within his own party, and therefore then the presidential candidate that they are going to present from the back of that statement, the presumption, which is somewhat on firm footing, is that their presidential candidate will be a Southerner. But who will it be? 2023 presidency, full text of, and by the way, are we wrapping a lot of that decision around the verbose statement made by Tinubu at Abeokuta, which was a flip of a coin and a statement of intent and somewhat of a threat? Are we wrapping it? Are we wrapping this decision around that, or is that conspiracy theory going too far? I am wrapping it somewhat around it, but then that might mean but then I have a very fertile imagination. 2023 presidency, full text of Northern Governor statement asking Buhari to pick successor from the South. Northern Governor serving on the platform of the All Progressive Congress APC on Saturday urged President Muhammad Buhari to pick his successor from the southern part of the country. The governors said it would be an honor for Buhari's successor to come from the southern part of the country. In a statement they issued after their meeting, the northern governors explained that such would foster a unity Nigeria. They also urged all northern presidential aspirants to step down for their southern counterparts. The statement was signed by 11 governors from the northern part of the country. See the full text of the statement below. APC governors and political leaders from the northern states of Nigeria today met to review the political situation and to further support our party in providing progressive leadership amidst our national challenges. During our discussion, we welcomed President Muhammad Buhari's invitation to governors and other stakeholders to contribute to the emergence of a strong presidential candidate for the APC. After careful deliberation, we wish to state our firm conviction that after 8 years in office of President Muhammad Buhari, the presidential candidate of the APC for the 2023 election should be one of our teaming members from the southern states of Nigeria. It is a question of honor for the APC, an obligation that is not in any way affected by the decisions taken by another political party. We affirm that upholding this principle is in the interest of building a stronger, more united, and progressive country. We therefore wish to strongly recommend to President Muhammad Buhari that the search for a successor as the APC's presidential candidates be limited to our compatriots from the southern states. We appeal to all aspirants from the northern states to withdraw in the national interest and allow only aspirants from the south to proceed to the primaries. We are delighted by the decision of our esteemed colleague, His Excellency Governor Abubakar Badaru, to contribute to this patriotic quest by withdrawing his presidential aspiration. The APC has a duty to ensure that the 2023 election offers a nation-building moment, reaffirming that a democratic pathway to power exists for all who value cooperation and build national platforms. This moment calls for the most sober and inclusive approach to selecting our party's candidates, and we call on all APC leaders to fulfill their responsibility in this regard. Signed, 4th of June 2022, Aminu Bello Masari, Governor of Katsina State, Abubakar Sani Bello, Governor of Niger State, Abdullahi Sule, Governor of Nasarawa State, Professor B.G. Zulum, Governor, I didn't even know he was a professor, Professor B.G. Zulum, Governor of Borno State, Nasir El-Rufai, Governor of Kaduna State, Mohammed Yahaya, Governor of Gombe State, Bello Matawela, Governor of Zamfara, Simon Bako Lalong, Governor of Plateau State, Aliyu Wamako, former Governor of Sokoto State, Dr. A.U. Ganduje, governor of Kano State, Abubakar Atiku Bagadu, governor of Kebbi State. So those are the co-side. Notably missing in that list is the little armed robber. Sorry, I have a stiff neck. It's the little armed robber from Kebbi State. So that's the situation. So I'm building you up to the situation since we last had the session. A lot has happened, and this is what I'm bringing you up to speed with. Nigerians react as Buhari declares support for 2023 Southern presidency. Ahead of the presidential primaries of the ruling All Progressive Congress APC, President Muhammad Buhari has thrown his weight behind the emergence of a Southern candidate as the party's flag bearer. This is as President Buhari on Saturday supported the rotation of power to the South in the 2023 general election. The president stated this while speaking in a dinner. Well, the president stated this while speaking at a dinner with the All Progressive Congress APC presidential aspirants at the Aso Rock Villa. This is coming after 10 northern governors under the platform of the ruling party asked President Buhari to back a southerner for the party's presidential ticket. The northern governors in a communique also advised northern presidential aspirants to withdraw from the race ahead of the party's presidential primary fixed for June the 6th. The governors advised President Buhari to pick his preferred presidential aspirant from the region. The governors that made the call include, we've already gone through the names. The development has generated several reactions from Nigerians, and correspondents have called, that's a CULLED. So I've called some of their reactions from the microblogging site Twitter. While some welcome the development, others view it as a political calculation to appease Nigerians and defeat the PDP, who have chosen another as their 2023 candidate. So here is Global Citizen. So is it fair to assume APC ticket will go to one of Amechi, Prof. Tinubu, may God forbid, with all his might, or perhaps Fayemi? So he's already narrowing the field. So I'm not quite sure why Fayemi is still in that mix, but a lot of people still insist that Fayemi is in the mix. This is Dr. Dipo Awojide. Dr. Dipo, these are all Twitter commentators. Dr. Dipo Awojide, this is an opportunity for Southwest APC to unite and back one person to clinch the APC ticket. If they don't, Amechi might just get it. So this is what a lot of people are concluding. Daddy D.O. is this next commentator. They went to meet Zulum and El Rufai to come and contest for president. Both said no and proceeded to sign a memo insisting the presidency go to the South, top men. I'm not quite sure where he's getting this information from, but that is the conspiracy theory playing around in his own head. Now that consensus is for the South, what next for Yahaya Bello? So this was where I think I did touch on that just earlier on. Yahaya Bello and his accoutrement of Yoruba elites from the gutters. I'm talking about Fani Kayode and the Abiola daughter, who are his campaign managers. The Abiola daughter even sold the Abiola slogan to Yahaya Bello. Abiola's slogan then was Hope 93, and she has sold that to Yahaya Bello as Hope 2023. So that's how far she has gone for the dollar. Now that the consensus for this is Oluwa Tomisin. Now that the consensus is for South, what next for Yahaya Bello? GYB2PYB that bros has spent so much on campaign. Hashtag APC presidential primaries, Oshibanjo, Yoruba, Abuja. I don't know what he means. Not Umahi, this is another one, Ifil, that's her name. Not Umahi stepping down for Lawan only to realize that Buhari and northern governors are supporting southern presidency. Tomorrow, you see those Igbos crying over marginalization and referendum. Amechi is certainly coming. So there it is. Those are your words, not mine. So this is great. Yahaya Bello might start giving reasons why Kogi State is part of southern Nigeria. Yes, of course. So Kogi State soon to trust. It will he will change his name from Yahaya Bello very quickly to Yomi Bello. This is what he will do. Yomi Bello is what this is what he will now do. Do you know what? Well, you know when Bukola Saraki is a Yoruba man in the south and a Fulani man in the north. APC governors from the north threw their weight behind southern presidency, saying that it is in the interest of the nation that another region take charge after President Mohamed Buhari's 8 years in power. No conspiracy theorists saw this coming. So thank you for that. Who is this commentator? Mr. Ghost. So thank you for that. A lot of these clever by half sort of elements, there's too many of them on the social media space. And you with the sentient, salient, coherent brain, you are seeing events unfolding in a trajectory that just fleshes out itself. But some yam head sort of element will try to obfuscate and misdirect your mind to their flights of fancy. So the flights of fancy reversed and status quo and steadiness are in order and now maintained. So let's go to your comment again, Mr. Ghost. APC governors from the north threw their weight behind southern presidency, saying that it is in the interest of the nation that another region take charge after President Mohamed Buhari's 8 years in power. No conspiracy theorists saw that coming. A lot of them empty brains anyway. So this is now El Rufai's, not El Rufai's son, former Buhari spokesperson coming into the play, Bashir Ahmed. Governors from the north have thrown their weight behind southern presidency, saying it is fair for another region to take charge after President Mohamed Buhari's 8 years in power. So he just states as a statement, and I think somebody counters him. This person, human, anything outside South, and there we are back to ridiculousness. So this is somebody responding to that Bashir Ahmad's statement I've just read. So we're now back to the land of the fairies. We're away with the fairies again. Anything outside Southeast is not a fair thinking statement. Anything outside the Southeast is not a fair thinking statement or saying. Let's don't confuse South with Southeast, Southwest, and South-South. So there's even no Southeasterner in play in the APC. So are they going to import Peter Obi with the permission of PDP from Labour Party to come to APC to come and what are you talking about? You know, what are you talking about? Anything outside Southeast is not a fair thinking statement or saying. Let's don't confuse South with Southeast, Southwest, and South-South. So if it's not fair, then you just pick a name, an Eastern name from APC, and I'm sure we'll all rally around that. So this is what that narrative of that space often comes up with. Let me read you one more statement, and then I'll read you the next two talking points, and then hopefully there are people in the comment sections to take it on. Okenwa is the next commentator. They keep saying power should go to the South. Has the Southwest and South-South they keep saying power should go to the South. Also, we're back with the turn-by-turn narrative. They keep saying power should go to the South. Has the Southwest and South-South not taken power before? Why can't they just be bold and honest for once and mention the Southeast? So, of course, when you already hear a name like Okenwa, then you know already where it's going. And let's round it off with this one only because we have to go on to other readouts. Gravity is the name of this lady. Senator Ojikalu supporting Lawan is for his personal interest. Dude is trying to secure the Senate president seat. I doubt if Amechi will get the ticket. So that is what she thinks, and a lot of sense. So from that to this, consensus candidate APC Southwest governors, leaders meet Tinubu Oshibanjo, other ruling parties, Yoruba presidential aspirants. Leaders and governors of the ruling All Progressive Congress from the Southwest on Saturday met with presidential aspirants from the region in Abuja. It was learned that the meeting held to discuss how the leaders and aspirants from the Southwest could present a united front and put their support behind a candidate, dragged on into Sunday morning. 11 northern APC governors had backed a southern aspirant for the presidency in a letter on Saturday. This led Jigawa State Governor Abubakar Badaru to withdraw from the presidential race, according to a statement from the governors on Saturday night. The governors who signed the statement include Bello, Basari, Katsina, and we've gone through that whole list. So let's just skip through that because we already know the list. We've gone through them. Okay, the governors present at the meeting where Babajide, so this is the Yoruba meeting now. The governors present at the meeting where Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, Dapo Abiodun of Ogun, Rotimi Akeredolu Ondo, Boyega Oyetola Osun, Kayode Fayemi Ekiti, who is also a presidential aspirant. Akeredolu tweeted on Sunday morning, after the meeting, I attended the APC Southwest Leaders meeting with APC presidential aspirants from the region held in Abuja. Other APC leaders from the Southwest who were present at the meeting include the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbadabiamila, former National Chairman of the party, Bisi Akande, and former Governor of Ogun State, Segun Oshoba. The 7 presidential aspirants from the Southwest were the 7 presidential aspirants from the Southwest are Vice President Yemi Oshibanjo, National Leader of the Party Bola Tinubu, Governor Kayode Fayemi, Ekiti State, former Ogun State Governor Ibikunle Amosun, Deputy Majority Leader of the Senate, Ajayi, whatever his last name is, former Speaker of the House of Representatives, Dimeji Bankole, and a senior pastor of the Citadel Global Community Church, Tunde Bakare. However, the decision reached by the APC leaders from the Southwest regarding having a consensus candidate could not be ascertained yet. So that's the latest development, but this even a later development. So this now the last readout, and then we see who is available to take it on. APC Southwest aspirants make progress, narrow consensus to Fayemi Tinubu, Oshibanjo. Leaders and aspirants of the Southwest caucus of the ruling All Progressive Congress have streamlined their options for the region's consensus preference to 3 aspirants. Correspondents can report based on information from people familiar with the development. The leaders urged 4 aspirants to step down in a meeting that was held at the residence of Olusegun Oshoba in Abuja between 10 p.m. Saturday and 1 a.m. Sunday. Correspondents heard that Senator Ajayi Borofis, Atunde Bakare, and Dimeji Bankole were categorically urged to step down due to their limited campaign activities for the top office. Senator Ibikunle Amosun was also asked to step down, although sources could not immediately ascertain whether or not he acquiesced. The aspirants who agreed to step down have not yet issued an official statement, and their respective spokesperson could not be reached for comment Sunday morning. The outcome of the first round of talks has left Governor Kayode Fayemi Bola Tinubu and Vice President Yemi Osinbajo as the three standing aspirants from the Southwest. The meeting will continue at 4 noon on Sunday or much later, depending on how much events unfold, as sources said. Other sources spoke under anonymity because they were not asked to go on record over the meeting's outcome. It came as President Muhammad Buhari met with all aspirants and emphasized consensus as the best option for the party's convention, scheduled to begin on June the 6th and terminate on June the 9th. Besides the aspirants, the meeting also had in attendance Bisi Akande, Governor Rotimi Akeredolu, Boyega Daniel, Governor Jide Sanwo-Olu, Mr. Oshoba himself, amongst others. So the field narrows to three, essentially, which is, there's no surprises in the three names now in contention, but who then narrows to one is the question. So three become one, but who is that one? Fidel, I see you. Solly, I see you. World Peace, I see you. And Thomas, I see you. So, gentlemen, if your face is already known on social media, then I invite you to switch on your camera. Or if you can still be anonymous if you're not known on social media and you want to remain false. But I do invite that you switch on your cameras if you are known on social media, as I welcome Fidel to the platform and invite his comments about the goings-on in Yoruba land. So, Fidel, are you there? Fidel, can you unmute yourself, Fidel? You see, this is what frustrates me. And then you come and then, are you there?
Yes, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Are you ready, or do you want me to start with someone else first?
Yes, I'm sure. I'm ready. I've been waiting.
Oh, no, brilliant. Good to have you on board. Hopefully you heard the readout. So now I'm inviting your comments. So let me start you off then. Let me actually start you off from the beginning, and then we work our way through. So we started off with MALLAM Buhari finally yielding and ceding to that assertion by the southern governors, or the southern space, I should say, that power must transit back to the south. So Buhari endorses southern presidency, refuses. So there's two elements to this. So he cedes power to the south in terms of his party, but then he's always traditionally said he had a preferred candidate, but he refused to name that. So what are you making of that as an opening salvo, Fidel?
Okay. Oh, thanks for having me. What Buhari did is he did a writing, and he should have done that a long time ago before this time, because let's face the fact that he is a president doesn't mean he has all the power. Buhari faction is just CPC, and if CPC party can't, they can't win a presidency. So he needs Tinubu as well. So he did the writing by zoning the presidency to the south. That's the writing. Actually, I don't think he wants to do that. He just I think the shout and everything from the northern governor makes him to secede the presidency to the south. So that, by the way, I think that's the right call from him.
Do you think that Tinubu's infamous utterances in Abeokuta played any part in this?
Well, actually, yeah, I would say it did, because let me first say by saying this. What Tinubu said, I don't think people are just some people are just trying to make a noise out of it. You see, most of these Southwest governors, I'm from Ogun State, and most of them, Dapo Abiodun, nobody knew Dapo Abiodun before he became governor. Nobody knew him. Amosun was trying to put somebody, his own successor there, if not for Tinubu that step in and make him governor. Most of them can't even win their local government election. Last election that was conducted, presidential election, PDP won Osinbajo local government in Lagos. I stayed in Lagos for 24 years. So most of them don't even have electoral value. They will just come here and be shouting. They come online. The only thing they do is to come online and shout. Most of them they can't even win. They have been shouting Peter Obi, Peter Obi. Peter Obi he was in PDP for 10 years and he didn't even win another governorship for PDP. So, and you want to be a president. How are you going to be a president? That's just, so what Tinubu is saying, he's saying the truth. People just don't want it. If you have helped people in the past, then I don't see any problem in you saying it. The timing might be issue for them. He should have, I believe that he should have just waited till after the primary before he, started saying all this. But the timing is the only issue for me. But for what he said, I don't see any big deal about it.
All right. So Buhari. So there are two things now that is new to the development just within even less than 24 hours, within the last 18 hours, I would say. So two things that have just changed the dynamics completely. One, Buhari conceding that power should come to the south. So that's quite a significant thing. So that narrows the field then. So it sweeps out all of the northern elements that are remaining on the ticket. And even the northern governors have come out line astride to say that all the northerners should come off the field and let the southerners battle it amongst themselves. So that's quite significant. But the other significant thing that Buhari did was not to state who his preferred candidate is. So that is an open hand. Who do you think that plays in favor of, Fidel?
Okay, I think the whole thing is gonna play in favor of Tinubu, because what Tinubu is saying is that let all the candidates go to the playing ground, which is the primary. You, as a president, it's normal for you to have your own preferred candidate, to have a consensus candidate, but let all of them go to the. Even we know Tinubu as well has been doing this thing in Lagos. Even though Tinubu has a preferred candidate in Lagos, he still gives everybody the level ground to play. Come and test your power if you know you have electoral value. That's what he has been doing, and that's what he's saying. That if you have electoral value, yes, let's go to the primary and test your popularity so that people will vote for you. And yeah, if you win me in primary, then you are good to go. So that's what he's saying. That's what everybody wants. Not you forcing candidate on people, a consensus candidate. That's not going to. And the best bet for APC now is to feed somebody from Tinubu camp. I mean Tinubu, because let's face it, we know Oshibajo is not strong. Oshibajo is not. I just told you now, Oshibajo local government, PDP won in his local government. He doesn't have electoral value. No Aboki who is going to vote for him in North. We all know that. So we know that Atiku and Tinubu are dirty. So the only people that can win Atiku now is Tinubu from South. So that's just the reality.
All right. So with Mallam Buhari, doing what he has done, one, to concede to the South, and two, to not anoint anybody, does he then wash his hands of any Tinubu narrative? So it's now down to Tinubu if he wins it or not. And if he doesn't win it, he cannot blame anybody and he cannot claim cheating. So has he outmaneuvered Tinubu with that? After Tinubu's outcry and just dramas in Abeokuta, so he's now saying, okay, it's down to you. So he absolves himself of anything and he said, I've opened the field for you. It's down to you now. Your fate in your hands. So as Mallam Buhari somewhat outmaneuvered Tinubu with this move.
Actually, we all know that Tinubu is a strategist. Even Buhari has contested the election 3 times before he brought him to strategize for him and he won the election. So that's not an issue. Tinubu has some of these what is it called? Governors in North. So it's gonna be a very tight game. Even though we all know Tinubu is going to win the primary. I don't have doubt about that. He's going to win that primary. And that is gonna be a very tight game between him and Atiku. Even though Tinubu, Buhari is trying to say, okay, I'm washing my hand off all this. That's left for Tinubu to strategize. Most of these guys, most of these northern governors most of them are with Tinubu. So that's not gonna be an issue at all.
All right, brilliant. Stay with us, Fidel. Let me move the conversation on to Solly. Solly, are you there? Solly.
Yes, I'm there. Oh, I'm there.
All right, brilliant. All right, brilliant. Good to have you, Solly. So, Solly, so just to move you to another talking point, what Buhari has done essentially, it ceds the power to the South, which a lot of people will then say that that name is a concession to the Yoruba space. The only person threatening that possibility is Rotimi Amechi. So if the Yorubas get their acts together, they can take that ticket. But can they get their act together? The Yorubas are notorious for stabbing themselves in the back, and this seems to be what is repeating again, as has done throughout history. So they continue to squabble amongst themselves, and the elders are calling endless meetings. They are trying to narrow it down now, and the names that have now risen to the fore are Tinubu, Fayemi, and of course, Yemi Oshibanjo. So how do you see that three becoming one within the next 24 hours? Solly.
Well, you know me, I always have a different view on everything. So, first of all, I said Buhari is not going to go for this northern agenda, Fulanization, all this kind of thing. I just don't see it in him. You know, that deep for him to just want to take it over and just say, okay, we can just. He would want Nigeria to last, and Nigeria is not going to last if a northerner becomes the next president. That's just fact and truth, you know. And Buhari knows this too. They are not just fool. Yeah, okay, let me not say. You know, they are not just people that don't have sense sitting there just to steal. They also think about the country. This is their job. They know this game. This is their occupation, and they've been doing it for years. They know the country more than any of us because they've been ruling the country more than any of us. Now, we keep on saying Yoruba people have so many talents, this one and that one. But isn't that part of our problem now? We have so many talents that we can't even choose one. You know, and Buhari has kind of
Would that be
connection.
would that be our would that be the Yorubas undoing that they can't they're struggling to pick one?
Okay, no, that would not be because Yoruba people have similar
You know, if
personality.
the three of them go into that primaries, there's a good chance that not a Yoruba man might not get that ticket.
Well, I don't believe so. You
Okay.
know, the Yoruba people have two personality traits that they take from the north and one from the east. We kind of have individualistic thinking, but we can also form in a group like the northerners and go for one person. You know, Buhari has connection with each one of these people like Tinubu brought him to power. People like Fayemi has been supporting him from the beginning. People like Oshibanjo is his vice president. You know, what if Buhari promised all of them now? You know, who is he going to pick? It's like having triplets and telling and saying pick your favorites, you know. So it's a very tough decision. He has given it to them that okay, I like all of you guys, but you guys should be able to discuss with yourselves and pick one person because I have given you the opportunity to rule. It is now up to you to be able to come together and pick one person. If they can't come together and pick one person, you know, anybody is just going to be chosen. But I believe it's going to be a Yoruba man at the end of the day.
Okay, there's a strong indication that it will be because even the weakest of the Yoruba candidates is stronger than any other candidates that is in the field. Even if you say Fayemi versus Rotimi Amechi, if you're saying Fayemi is the weakest of the Yoruba trilogy at the top, Fayemi will still defeat Rotimi Amechi. I want to guess at. So if the Yorubas don't take that ticket, then they have nobody to blame.
Yes.
All right, brilliant. And are you not championing your man, your uncle?
I mentioned him now. I've mentioned him at least once. I don't want to mention him too much because everybody will start saying, kitty boy. You know.
Look at that.
Sorry, fight for your candidate. Everybody's fighting for their candidate. Ego will come here, will fight for Shibajo. Ajale Koko will fight for Showore. So fight for your candidate. I'm behind you.
I'm confident in my candidate, you know, so I don't need to fight for my candidate. I believe he can get the job done. But we'll see at the end of the day on Monday, you know.
All right, brilliant. So what do you think this spells for the 2023 race? So if the APC land on a Yoruba candidate, what do you think that will mean for the 2023 race? And if the APC land on Rotimi Amechi, what do you think it will spell for the 2023 race?
Well, if he runs with Rotimi Amechi, I believe Atiku will be president. You know, I believe the Northerners want to vote Atiku more than Rotimi Amechi, even though they say he has done this, he has done that, you know. But then again, rigging can be done. Is it not Nigeria? Can they aggressively use rigging to put Amici there? We don't know. Now, to the Yoruba part, if it's a Yoruba person, well, everybody keeps saying Tinubu can beat him, Tinubu can beat him. But, there are always these rumors that Fayemi cannot even win election in his state and is a master rigger, So we also have to count that. Tinubu,
Yeah, but it's not a master rigger within the national space, though.
well, it has not been tested yet.
Well, we can assume, what reach, because it doesn't have reach nationally, does it?
Well, that's what we are about to see, So everybody has their own strategy, but the strongest candidate so far that I feel will beat Atiku is Tinubu. That's just it.
All right, all right, brilliant. So let's go on from you, Dog, and let's go to Thomas, and Thomas. The narrative now, the meeting being called by the elders in Yoruba land,
You are going from solely, not from DOG.
Huh? Oh,
You said
sorry.
you are going from DOG.
All right. You know why I said that? I was reading this comment by Flash Mankind. It says, wow, one man, can you imagine having DOG, Amazi, Thomas, and Solly? Isn't that cool? So that rested your name in my head. No, let's go to Thomas. And then the Yoruba elders, they are having this meeting, and a lot of people are just reaching just through logic to essentially conclude that they are going to, from that meeting emerges the next president of Nigeria. Would you reach that far, Thomas?
One man, good evening to everybody. Happy Sunday to everyone. I agree with them 100%, one man. I agree with them 100%. They should reach a consensus. That would be better, so that the primary will just go smoothly, so there will not be any problem. I'm seeing Tinubu on that ticket, one man. Because
you are saying Tinubu, but would you like to see Tinubu?
Of course, one man. Why not?
Is Tinubu not a more difficult candidate to sell? Because if you have Tinubu, then that removes a lot of the things that you can use to attack Atiku, because Tinubu is equally as guilty of all of the things that Atiku is guilty of. But if you have somebody like Oshibanjo, or even at a distance, Fayemi, you can attack Atiku on his age, corruption, his dirty politics. You can attack him with all of the things that he's known for, with the other guy, Oshibanjo or Fayemi, being a clean guy. But Tinubu is equally as dirty as Atiku. So, and their age, questionable, both of them. So does it not remove all of the weapons that you can use to fight Atiku?
No, one man. I'm looking it from different angle. Oshibanjo is lightweight. That is my opinion. He could be vice president. Is a lightweight, one man. The person that can go shoulder to shoulder with Atiku, it is Tinubu. Because Tinubu is loved in the north. You can see Ganjude working for him. Ali Ndume came saying the same thing. Many governors, as we said, maybe they said 12 governors are signing for him. So if they bring Atiku, if they bring Oshibanjo, it's win-win for Atiku. If they bring Fayemi, it's win-win for Atiku. But Tinubu is still the big head out there. That is my opinion. But I don't know, maybe you share the same opinion with me. It's Tinubu is the man, one man that can face Atiku. Shoulder to shoulder.
I'm not convinced. I think over the last 7 going on 8 years, Osinbajo has built sufficient enough of a name for himself. He's known all over the country, so we cannot say he's not known. And
you're right.
He is liked, which is more important to this case. And he projects that youthful image that Nigerians want to see for the future. He knows about the kids. He knows what their want is. He's an educated man. He's an intelligent man. He's presentable. He's healthy. And he has no corruption attached to his name. So all of that, if you wrap all of that up and throw it at Atiku, who is a man in his 80s, a man that has a history of corruption. They even say he cannot go to America for want of being arrested. You know, he's just bastardized. We saw the dirty money politics that he. So if you launch him against Atiku, then that presents a stark choice for Nigerians to pick from. Do you want to go the clean, young, healthy, educated way, or do you want to continue in this paradigm of Buhari-like elements from the north of uncertain age, known for corruption, a greedy man, a killer, you know? So I think Osinbajo will counterweight.
But one man is two devil, Tinubu, Atiku. As remember what Shetima said. Shetima said Osinbajo is too nice. They said they don't want the nice man. So, my opinion, one man, if they bring Osinbajo, it's win-win for Tinubu. It's win-win for Atiku rather. They should not try it at all to bring Osinbajo or Fayemi or so. Tinubu is the one that can stand shoulder to shoulder with Atiku. You said it all. Both of them are corrupt. Both of them are, you know, they have the same similarity.
So what's the distinguishing factor then? If both of them are corrupt, both of them are old, both of them are dirty, what is the distinguishing factor that facilitates a choice?
I understand where you are going, where you are going and what you are saying. But one man, APC will not put somebody that will not win election for them. Remind that. Even though Tinubu is corrupt, is dirty, is this, is that, nobody will bring out candidate that will not win election for them. Even though he's corrupt, even though it's dirty, the record is bad, every party will bring a candidate that will win election.
You're forgetting that Osinbajo has the backing of the Christian body in Nigeria. They are even setting up political structures for him, the Christian organizations.
Yes. You are right, but Tinubu too has Muslim backing.
It doesn't. They don't see Tinubu as a Muslim. Do you think?
Why not? Tinubu is a Muslim now, one man.
No. It's a Muslim only by on paper now. Do you think anybody? Do you think any real Muslim sees Tinubu as a Muslim?
But he can't himself as a Muslim. He bears Muslim name. So for me, Tinubu, I can see now the ball is rolling towards Tinubu. As I can see now, fine. Buhari has came out now, tell us the presidency is coming to the south. So is it the southwest? Is it the southeast? Is it? And we know southeast is not in play in APC. When we are talking of southeast, they are in play in the other party, PDP, and to be that people vest hope upon. He has left PDP to a Labour Party. So I think Tinubu, the ball is rolling towards Tinubu. And one man, I listened to the full video of Tinubu's, the one he did in Ogun State. That man is, that man, it's as Fidelis rightly said. He said, everything the man said is right. It's a gospel truth, one man. But how he analyzed himself, he looks frustrated. That is why people said, "What is it? You can say he singularly bring Buhari with the help of all the governors in southwest. with the help of the governor in Southwest. So everything is said, one man. It's not false. But I think he was so angry and very frustrated. That's why people are just throwing stone at him. But fine, he has came out and a little bit retract what he said. And even the party chairman, what he said the other time is a little bit threatening, but I think they will settle it in-house. And even
they'll probably give him a monetary fine for that. They'll tell him to go and pay 10,000.
Yes.
Again. Yeah.
And I even think the party chairman shouldn't have even come out. They should have called him like in-house and do their tidying up in-house, not to come outside to bastardize him like that. Because he's still the man for them, one man. I will not lie for you. If they bring Osinbajo and be pitting it,
you mean in your opinion?
In my opinion, if they bring Osinbajo, Atiku may win that presidency, because Atiku is loved in the south, Atiku is loved in the southwest, Atiku is loved in the southeast, Atiku is loved in the north. Atiku has that 3 region in the north. He has it, one man. People love Atiku in the southwest.
Why are you concluding that Atiku is loved anywhere?
One man, you can see Atiku is a Nigerian. You can't see him as a what they call it, as a northerner bigot. No, it doesn't look like that. You never see him as a northerner bigot, like the person, like a fanatic northerner. No, he has a wife.
Or is that what you're doing? The Yoruba
wife?
No.
I'm just starting an example. At least if he has a wife, Titi, Atiku, it's love to me. It's in my opinion.
But why do you think he is loved? Is what I'm saying.
I don't know. I can't even pinpoint something, but I know
because a lot of people are going off the back of the 2019 election that he won, but that 2019 election was not a vote for Atiku; it was a vote against Buhari. So I don't think any conclusions. This is just my own personal thought. I don't think any conclusions can be drawn off the back of the 2019 election because they weren't vote for Atiku because they liked him. They were voting against Buhari to get him out of office.
But one man, do you know the likable or going against Buhari 2019 is much bad now, because another 4 years of Buhari now is even worse than 2019.
Buhari is not on the ballot in 2023.
I know. I'm just saying that the hatred people have for Buhari now and APC, he has increased more than 2019.
Do you think people hate the APC or they hate Buhari?
Who is Buhari? Who is APC? Buhari
I'm asking you. Do you think people hate?
No. People only hate Buhari, not APC.
But so that's the thing. Do you think people hate Osinbajo? Sorry, Fidel, you can come in. Yeah, Fidel.
Okay, you can say the only thing people hate is Buhari, and you can say people like Atiku. Where do they like him? The only thing they like is because he share money during election. That they don't like who like him in Southwest. Where you can say he's kind of appealing because he's not a core northern man, but it's not as if in 2019 they vote for him because people try to vote Buhari out, and the fact that Atiku and Obi was on that ticket, that's why he got that kind of vote.
But Fidelis, they like him like that. My brother Fidelis, what play out in 2019 is still succeed now. People still don't want.
I don't agree.
But Buhari is not going to be on that ticket. Buhari is not going to be on the ticket again. So it's not about.
They don't want to vote Fulani. Remember, the mantra was Fulani, 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 all true. So they will not want to vote Fulani.
You see, Thomas, I am not convinced that people especially hate APC. I think people hate Buhari. And the reason why I'm not convinced is that I think people like somebody like Akeredolu. I think people like him. People like people like Ambode. People like him. People like people like Fashola. People like him. People like Osinbajo. They like him. These are all senior APC members. You know,
Yes.
people in Kano, they like Ganduje, or people like Governor Zulum, you know. So I think it's Buhari that people really, really viscerally hate, but maybe not the party. But that's just my own personal thought.
But I still stand on my opinion. People dislike Buhari, fine, but you can't still separate APC from Buhari. You can't still separate APC from Buhari. Buhari is APC. APC is Buhari. Because they can't mention APC, they can't mention Buhari's name. They will still mention Buhari. They will mention Buhari's name. They can't mention APC name. They will still mention Buhari's name. So they're still intertwined with each other. You are right. Everybody love all those people that you just listed now, but it still succeed one man. As the APC has bastardized the country now, come 2020, 2019, it still succeeds now because people will blame APC and blame Buhari on how the nation is being run now. So it still succeeds. So they will still have that antagonized vote against APC if APC didn't bring out a strong candidate that can even stand shoulder and shoulder with Atiku. Let's just see how it play out come tomorrow and next tomorrow and Wednesday.
All right, brilliant. Thank you for that, Thomas. So let's go on from you, Thomas, to DOG, who I Freudian slipped just the last time. So DOG, you're hearing the narrative. So Buhari concedes to the south. He refuses to name who is favored, who he favors, and the Yoruba space now recalibrating. So how are you, what are you rather making of this developing situation within the Nigerian political space?
Thank you, Oman. I think as it is, if Buhari leaves it to primaries, I think a lot of people in that party will still give their vote to Tinubu, which I think for the best for APC in winning the election. I think Buhari still has more chance than Shibanjo.
Tinubu, you mean?
Yeah, Tinubu. Still has more chances of winning the election than Shibanjo. For Shibanjo, one is he won't really get the votes from the north. I can promise you that. He won't really get the votes from the north.
But people say it's popular in the north.
It's not about popularity. It will be popular because it's the vice president. Everybody will know the vice president. And it goes there when there are incidents where he just needs to visit. So it's popular for that doesn't mean he will get his vote. It's a different thing for you to be popular. It's a different thing for people to wish to cast their vote for you. And the North, let's not forget, I would say 85% of the North are so, when it comes to religious, they are fanatics. So they won't really give their vote to him, you know. And I think Tinubu has a chance. Tinubu has a lot of, I would say he has a structure in the North. Even looking at the numbers of Northerners still behind him, even though they know Buhari is not like in favor of him, there's still quite a number of Northerners still supporting Tinubu. And for good, honestly, I think for APC, when it comes to APC, I would rather have Tinubu there rather than Shibanjo. Because Tinubu can, from what we can even deduce from everything that has been happening so far, he can stand his ground and do what he needs to do. I think Shibanjo will just be pushed around and be held to ransom and some stuff like that, you know. So for me, I think if they leave it, if there is no foul play, if they leave it to people voting for that primary, I think Tinubu will still edge Shibanjo.
All right. Do you think Buhari is actually intent on having Tinubu? Do you think what is in play? Do you think this is what is in play? Because a lot of people feel that this latest development, if Buhari doesn't come out to frontally back any of the other candidates, then they will have to outmuscle Tinubu to get that ticket. So what muscles do they have to outmuscle him is what people are asking. So do you think that somewhat Buhari's stance now, the party's stance, is somewhat of a tacit endorsement of Tinubu?
I think the part of what I was saying the previous section we had one about what Tinubu said. I think majority of these things is, I've said it, what Tinubu did will make most of the supporters still believe and can stand their ground wherever they have to support him, and that is politics for you. Obviously, all this is part of the ripple effect of what Tinubu said, because they will look at it after all those statements, him calling Buhari calling the party chairman. They will look at it and think this guy is strong. Even though we give it to other people, if this guy go against us, it will be difficult. And obviously, with this present government, they don't want to concede to PDP because one of them one phone theory.
Yes, everybody goes to jail.
Everybody. So they were rather they will now come out because it was 100% obvious they don't want to from the beginning of it. Let's even say this year, we can easily say. And me, I have sensed that since when Buhari came to Lagos to commission the railway thing, when he said, "Oh, Tinubu can't sit in Lagos," because that statement was unwarranted. So you can tell there is a lot to what a man says in his house. Like just what Tinubu said when he went to Ogun State too. There is a lot to it. If you read to it, you can read that, oh, he knows he's in Oshibanjo's space. He knows he's in his state. He knows those guys are not supporting him. And he knows Buhari is not supporting. That is why he used Buhari to top up the statement there when he made the statement saying, even Buhari. And you can tell it's something in his mind when he was even going there to say, oh, today you that boy. It's something, if you're a Yoruba person, you will know it's not something that he thought about or just came to his mind when he was standing there. It's something that he's probably been talking about with his own people, like, that boy, I know he's going to go give his vote to Oshiba because they are from the same state. So all those things is the ripple effect now that we are seeing, So for me, I think for the good of APC, their best bet is still Tinubu. I don't see Osinbajo really winning the election because let's not forget, like we always ask for a third force. There is a third force now, which is Obi. And I think Obi will still go along with that Labour Party. I think they will sort themselves out at some point. And if Obi is going, 100%, Obi and Osinbajo will share the vote. And these people too are not that. They know once Obi and Osinbajo start sharing votes, that is more likely Atiku come and win the election.
But
so they will look
sorry, D, in a Tinubu Atiku fight, will the Osinbajo votes not go to Peter Obi?
It won't go. Osinbajo vote won't go to Peter Obi. I think majority of Osinbajo vote will still automatically go for Tinubu.
Who are the Osinbajo voters? What's his demography?
Osinbajo voters are some youths.
The young and funky, Abi?
Yeah, Redeemed Church members. Those are his people, to be honest. I don't even see him having any ground in the north. Not like he did anything spectacular for the northerners for them to go behind him to support him. If they are going to support him in the north, it will probably be maybe the person that he will go along with as his vice president. And that will even determine on what structure that person has in the north. So that person, maybe he might get votes from his state, but from all the other northern states, he might not get their favor, So that's the way I see it. So I think if all these guys too sit down and with what Tinubu has said, Buhari too would think about it. That was the point. And I've seen a lot of people say, I've told me even before now, they heard that Buhari is favoring Amechi. Where is all those things playing out now? Where is Amechi even in the picture now? If you look at the party, how many people will go there in primaries and say they cast their vote for Amechi? They will know Amechi won't win the election, so why would they want to choose Amechi? You know? So the game of politics is quite funny. Some things people will read meaning to and fault a person for what he said.
Let me just pause you for a moment. D, there's been somewhat of a disaster. D, I'm not quite sure. If you look at your screen, it says there has been a massacre in Ondo, or Catholic Church, St. Francis, and someone has just forwarded me clips of a clip of that incident. It is quite grueling. I'll forward it to you on our Instagram. I'm not sure if I should. Okay. It's one of the most harrowing things you will ever see in your life. Somebody has gone into a church and wiped out the congregation on a Sunday.
Imagine.
Wow. One man. Wow.
No. So you see what I'm saying. So for me, when I keep saying I don't want any Fulani person or anything,
they've not made their attribution yet, so we cannot say that it's a Fulani person. But
yeah, I know, but all these things play in line together. Even if it's not a Fulani person, why would somebody that is saying just go into a church? So you will look at it in all these aspects. This might even, that's why we need somebody that is not a religious fanatic, somebody that can stand his ground and make decisions how they are meant to make without any power or forces influencing it. So, which is the only person who would we see? I only see Bola Tinubu in that party being able to do that. Nobody can actually push him around when he gets there, and that's their fear. So, if they can go on ground with him, have discussion with him, hopefully when we leave this thing to, because obviously the government of the day has more influence on election more than so if good luck didn't want to concede the thing to Buhari, he would have done it. If he is empowered to do it. He was just a gentle guy like Oshibanjo too, So for me, what we need now in that country.
But G, one man. This conspiracy of good luck, where did it came from? Because it's still bothering me, one man.
We've even forgotten him, He's just a fool now.
It's still bothering me, one man. He bought tickets. He has submitted his ticket. He has just a lot of conspiracy. D. I don't understand.
Thomas, the funny thing is just because I think Nigerian politics has always been like that. It's been always dirty and a lot of stupid things come along it. But with it, so all this, it was just all the dirty play they are all playing. Some people went to bring. I said it here. They've just lured Jonathan to that party using that as a bait. I am 100% sure he won't have even gotten the ticket. It's not possible. From nowhere. That's a disaster for the party. So I think they just used that as a bait to bring him on board into APC. You see? So sometimes all these things are logic. I've said it one time. Some people will come out and say something. It doesn't make sense to them. They will say it, but they know where it will have an effect, where it will serve as catalyst to push some narrative in some areas for them in some other places. So politics, sometimes you listen to that, you think that guy is stupid. I'm telling you, my brother, they know what they are doing. They know what they are doing. You see? So that's how I see the situation for APC. But like I've been saying, fingers crossed, we see the outcome of what their primaries is going to look like. I don't think they will settle for it. It is only if Osiban just stepped down today, obviously automatically they will take it to Tinubu, because I don't see anybody else there. And I don't see why the Easterners are really complaining, because there is not really an Easterner in play in APC. Where they really have the stronghold was PDP. And PDP failed them. That party failed the South, which I think they should have given.
Do you think the Southeast has been skimmed out of politics yet again?
It looks like it. It's more like it. Because obviously, what I think about PDP is PDP look on ground and they thought even the southern people they have, what structure did they have? What actually they wouldn't have given it to if Atiku was like somebody like Amici in PDP, they won't have given it to him. But they just thought about it. They want to win an election. They look, okay, who is strong enough to give it a fight? And they will think of the only person you just see is Atiku. Even though
can
we
I
can
interject?
try in the yeah, sure.
One man was when I spoke about Fulani agenda. What I believe can be a Fulani agenda is PDP not supposed to give the ticket to a southern person according to their agenda? Yes, they are. So, but Atiku,
Sorry, they more so, by the way, because it's even their policy.
exactly. So they are the ones doing Fulani agenda because if they are giving it to a southerner, it will be south versus south. What they did was they
Oh,
cheated
oh,
the
I'm
southern.
sorry.
Solely.
Point
Is
of
that solely?
correction. Point
Is
of
that
correction.
solely?
Don't say, oh, PDP is supposed to give ticket to somebody. Power is taken, not given. You have to fight for the power. You can't
No,
just
no,
sit down and
but
be
they
expecting
have
somebody to give
No.
power
He's
to you.
right
they
about
have a
that. He's right about
constitution.
that. What is right about what he's saying when it comes to, but what I don't agree with is they are the one doing Fulani agenda. If they are the one in power now, we will say they are doing Fulani agenda. I think what really plays in PDP was because they need somebody to win an election, and
Of course,
Atiku
that's what
seems
politics
like
is
the
all
only
about.
person.
But
Atiku
you
PDP
know,
seems
needs
like the
somebody
only
to win
person. Is the
election.
only person, as
but
we speak, is the only person. If we scrutinize and scan through PDP, the only person you would think that could actually go shoulder to shoulder with anybody in APC is still Atiku in that party. So that
okay,
is
but
the point.
DOG,
They want to win an
DOG,
election. Yeah.
DOG, Tambuwal stepped down to give Atiku his win. What is wrong with giving Peter Obi that win? Is Peter Obi not a strong
Peter Obi
candidate
is not
himself?
in play now. He jumped before
No,
the
but he
ship
would have.
even.
He saw all this coming and jumped ship.
He did not,
Now,
though.
Le-
How can you say?
Even if Peter Obi didn't leave PDP, Tambua will still cast his vote for Atiku
because
because
they are on modernized
Atiku still
agenda.
hold on. Atiku still has the structure more than any of them. What is actually playing in for Peter Obi as we speak is because most people are tired and most people want the change. And this guy sounds like he knows what he's doing, like he has his head on his shoulder. That is what is making everybody clamor. Do you know there was a concert? There is a concert coming up in Lagos now that is free, but you can only enter with your PVC. And I think it's being sponsored too by European Union or something. That they are bringing all these stars to the stadium, but what will get you in is your PVC or your temporary PVC or something. That you are not paying, it's free. All these stars, Two Face, everybody, Mayo, all of them. So you see, so there is a lot going on in that political thing now, right now. So Peter Obi, what actually brings Peter Obi is not as popular as we think he is, even though I like the guy too. But what is the change? And majority of the people that are actually clamoring for this guy are the people that the enlightened people that are educated that can understand what he's saying. You see? But if you look at the main politics, Tinubu has all these grassroots, ìyá ọlọ́jà, bàbá ọlọ́jà, ẹlẹ́ran, agbèrò, all those people that will go there and vote. Because most of us self speaking, I won't be in Nigeria. I don't think I'll be in Nigeria to go and vote at that time. And most of us here won't be. And there's a lot of allies even in Nigeria that don't go out to vote, even though if they have their PVC. Most of them don't leave their house to vote. They will rather stay at home and be watching the news and update of the election. So that is where the problem is. Why I'm in support of Obi, even if he doesn't win, I just want these two parties to be shaken. And obviously, that he can now propel from there, giving him a chance, maybe coming election and all that, so he can build on that. Because sometimes you have to think long term and not short term. He might be looking at that too, but at least it will give them a fight, and it will split the votes.
Peter Obi is 60. So if it doesn't come into being in 2023, then the only other window that will open for him, the next window that will open for him, will be in in 8 years from there, when it will be 68. But then within that 8 year period, yeah.
Why not
Yeah,
4 years?
For me,
Because
yeah.
sorry, in CBD, because of what we saw in 2019. So if Tinubu or Atiku, if they get hold of that power, then you can be sure that if God spares their lives, then they'll be there for 8 years. We saw it in 2019 when the whole of Nigeria rejected Buhari, but is still sitting in that office.
We trust God. We trust God.
All right, okay. We all trust God.
For me, the Nigerian politics and election. If Tinubu was a young dude now, I'll probably be thinking 8 years. Anything can happen. We don't know. So there's a lot of things that can still play in within 4 years before even 8 years. But I think if the Southeasterners will start putting their name and making people think of them, it is what Peter Obi is doing now, and he can gravitate from there going forward. Even if he doesn't win this election, then they can build from there. I think they've been too quiet. They've not been a player.
No, the 2023 is not. I think any right-thinking person knows that 2023 is not Peter Obi's cycle. The only thing that anybody that has anything he wants to say is just how many votes he has. So if he has close to 1 million votes, then then is the real McCoy. But if he has something like 500,000 thereabouts, then it falls into that Showore bracket. So it's just how many votes he gets, but certainly it's not really in play to threaten any position. I think anybody that knows how to think knows that.
So you're right.
Sorry. One man, Fidel, he make one statement the other time. He said Peter Obi has been in PDP for 10 years. He couldn't win election for them. But I don't know.
Politics is dynamic now. Peter Obi has rebranded into a new entity.
Don't quote me wrong. I said Peter Obi has been in PDP for 10 years and he couldn't win Anambra governorship for PDP. That's what. So
yes,
I'm
with you. I'm not against you.
Hold on. What kind of allusion is that? That he has been in? He couldn't win. What do you mean? How many times?
He did deliver Anambra. Did he deliver Anambra?
Yeah, he didn't. If he's so strong and you want him to be a president, why can't you deliver your state? That's what I'm saying. Why can't you deliver your state?
Are you fighting with someone? Calm down. You're saying that.
No, don't tell me to. I'm telling you the truth. Calm down for what?
Just hold on. Yeah, just hold on, man. Sorry, respond to that briefly in CBD, and then I want to move on to Vane because it's a short session. If you want to take that on, take it on now in CBD.
Yeah, I was trying to ask him that what does he mean by he did not deliver PDP for Anambra?
He did not. It's PDP and is Anambra a PDP state?
That's the question. Ask him.
Anambra is a APGA state. Peter Obi started from APGA. He won the governorship. Wait now, he won the governorship under APGA. So why do you think that because he's now the governor, he will transform everything and take it to?
Then you can't be a president. Then if you can't win your party or if you can't win a number for your party, how do you want to become a president?
So when is the governor obligated to deliver states for a political party?
Why not? For God's sake, why not?
Hold on, Fidel, please. Did he campaign for PDP?
Why is this guy talking?
Can you hold on? Just settle down. I don't want it to ratchet up too much. It's just the afternoon session. Did Peter Obi campaign for the PDP during the last electoral cycle in Anambra State and CBD?
Well, Peter Obi, to be honest with you, I followed that space a little. I didn't see him doing any campaign for.
He didn't campaign for his own party.
That's not the kind of politician he is. He has never showed interest in trying to influence politics or be some kind of godfather.
He's not loyal to his party. Is that what you're saying?
What? Tell me. What kind of politics?
I'm going to let this guy go. I said don't do that. Sorry, Karen. Is he not loyal to his party in CBD?
No, he's loyal to his party, but you see, everybody can agree that Peter Obi is playing a different type of politics. The man has said it several times that
Anti-party politics.
not really anti-party. I think he's more of an accountability guy.
Hold that space. So Peter Obi is the former governor of Anambra State, a man of great influence due to the track record that a lot of people tell us that he has in Anambra State. His party is campaigning to seize hold of that state, and he did not campaign for that party. Is that what you're saying?
Well, to the best of my knowledge, I didn't see him campaigning for any. I've never seen Peter Obi campaigning for any politician.
Oh, all right, so it's not loyal.
I think that's just his own style of politics.
Okay, so membership devoid of loyalty. So it's not loyal to his party.
Yeah, he said it even by himself that is not about parties, about impact and changing and about the people. So I don't think.
Is he loyal to his party?
You mean when he was in PDP or
whichever party? Citing PDP as the example. If you are saying Peter Obi did not campaign for his own party's candidate in a space that he has great influence, according to what people say, would you say that is disloyalty to the party?
To be honest, my assessment of Peter Obi, I don't see him as someone who considers loyalty to the party that much. He's not someone.
So he's not loyal to the party. All right, that's
he's not loyal to the party.
All right. Oh, okay. Let me go on to Vin. Thank you, DOG. Just the afternoon session and just to cover voices. Let me go on to Vin, and Vin, hopefully you're still there. The developments within the political space, Buhari endorses presidency, Southern presidency, refuses more potently to anoint anyone. So an open field now to the south to battle it out. What do you think everybody's chances are? The front runners, names like Tinubu, Yemi Osinbajo, Fayemi, Rotimi Amechi, is that the mix? And from that mix, can you pick a champion, Vin, here in Ghana?
Thank you very much, one man, and good afternoon from Accra, Ghana. And although the news is not all that clear of what happened in Southwest in a church, but no matter what happens there, my deep, heartfelt condolences to those people that have lost their lives today in a church by some murderous
Vin, let me just say something. The video of what happened in that church is circulating. If anybody forwards it to you, I would recommend that you don't watch it.
I just saw it. I am used to blood and death before, so there is nothing I cannot watch. I can at least watch them. It is something. If when I was in the war front, I used rotten dead bodies to make parapet. So there is nothing I cannot watch. There is nothing this I have not seen and will make it to bleed blood. It's only water. My deep heart, condolences to those people that have lost their life in that senseless act of those murderous people that are yet to be, confirmed who they are. Having said that, my brother, and I will also pass my condolence to the one that was murdered on the 3rd or 4th through blasphemy as well in Abuja. It is just one too many. Now, one man, to the question you asked me, you see, there is something I said here before, and I believe that it is trying to happen. It is coming out clearer to us right now. When I said before that when the presidency come 2023 is thrown to the south, all of them will be fighting over that bone. It's just like a bone that is sent to south in general. Both parties, they will be fighting over that bone. Some will kill themselves, or some will get tired, and those that are watching them by the side will be the people that will come in and overtake them. No matter how they did it in PDP, it worked for Atiku. And I'm telling you today, go and mark what I'm going to tell you today, what I'm saying here. No matter who comes out of APC, either on Monday or Tuesday primaries, they are going to, hold. That person, whether Tinubu, will never defeat Atiku. Because if you look at most of the things that are happening today and listen to the voice and messages from this political elite that doesn't want to let the power go to the north, to the south, go and listen to them. They voted in their parties in national assemblies and legislatures and wherever. But when it came to the presidential, they voted in bloc to remove Goodluck Jonathan in 2015. This is what you people should understand. Whether Tinubu, whether Amechi, whether Osibanjo, Fayemi, whosoever that picks up that ticket is now south versus north. And you are going to see what is going to happen. I am telling you the truth. Mark, for most of us that live there, for what they are asked to do is what they will do. Like one of the speakers said here, that the Agberos, the Babayala, Iyabas, and the rest of them, these are the people that vote, added with the rigging as well that is prevalent in the prevalence in the north. So these are the things, these are the factors you have to put together. If the South agreed on a consensus candidate and put that person there, the entire South support this particular person, you will see the political arena will change. But as long as they were divided among themselves, refused to do the right thing, then the person that you don't expect has taken it, which is now transcending to their own intentions of power must remain in the north, that they have the numbers and they cannot play the second fiddle. This is what is playing out right now. I'm not subscribing to Tinubu winning the election. I am not even subscribing, for when to the winning article. Both of them are contributors of the problem that you have in that country today. All of them. All of them. Nigerians, what do you want? Tinubu came out to tell the whole world that he single-handedly delivered Buhari to you people. What benefit have you from the person, the anointed man he gave to you people 2015? What benefit do you have? Rather, it is blood, it is hardship, it is killings everywhere, and you still garnering together for this same person that anointed. The friend to a thief, not thief. That is what I'm going to say in that case, my brother.
What other options do we have in realistic terms, Vin? In realistic terms, not in wishful thinking, in realistic terms.
For me, to be honest with you, in my own opinion, not a general opinion this time, is number one, P2B, a third force.
I did say realistic terms.
Yeah. Or Showore. These two guys, these are the people that will make changes in that country, no matter how it is. Because these people, I've known it. So there is an adage they say, a man that I know too much will not marry my daughter. A man that I know so well will not marry my daughter. Because as they are doing, that is exactly what they are going to do. Yes, sir.
No, I'm saying why wouldn't
you know why now? You are one of those men. You are one of those men in CBD. Those are one ways.
They see, there is a proverb in Igbo. I cannot say it in Igbo language, but they say, a man I know too well will not marry my daughter. Maybe there is something the person saw in that man that is not good, and that will not even help the daughter when the daughter gets into that house. This is what APC and PDP represents. For the past 16 years, from 1999 all the way to 2023, that is going to end, let's say, in a year time or 9 or 10 months time, what have you benefited? In fact, when the army left, when Abu Salam handed over to Obasanjo, you had 7,000 megawatts. But today, you hardly maintain 5,000 megawatts. 16 years till now, from 16 years to, let's say, about how many years now? 16. Oh, how many years now, bro? Can someone, from 1999 to 22?
It's 23 going on 25 years thereabout.
Is that child now not a graduate? Is that child now not a graduate? There is no improvement. The electricity, the megawatts installed capacity that was about 7,000 that has dropped to 5,000. Now, 2,000 grid has collapsed. You are managing 2,500 mega. What improvement has two parties given to you? That is why when people speak about Nigerians outside, they will say Nigerians deserve the kind of leadership you people have in that country. That is why Nigeria is backward in everything. That is why, if you look at the growth indices, ordinary small country like Ghana here is 5.4, while Nigeria is 3.4.
We know the problems, Vin, but what is the solution? And I was inviting you to realism, you know, but unfortunately, I'm not sure if you went there. Perhaps you see that as realism. You might not. Showore and Peter Obi, I don't think anybody within the Nigerian landscape think for a moment that any of them will be president. So I don't think that is what people think, and I don't think that probably that is what you think as well. But in real, because anybody that takes that slot in 2023 will try and hold on to it for 8 years. But how can we make sure that what happens in 2023 is to the benefit of the people? You know,
my brother,
in realistic terms.
My brother, let me tell you one thing today. You know what you want in Nigeria. If you know what you want, to go after those people that you have seen their credential on the slate. Because these people, this integrity, dignity, and people that are so much corrupt in that country cannot yield you anything. Just imagine someone refused. If someone is giving you $20,000, let's say about 4,000 delegates. If that person happens to become the president, what do you think? Do you think that man is a Father Christmas? He will recoup this money before you now think of, thinking of electricity for you. He will recoup those monies before you think of development. He will recoup those monies before you think of even improving your educational standard, the universities, the secondary school, and all whatnot. That is what I am saying. And that man that have refused to pay that money, follow him. He is not going to eat your money unless you people don't want what you want. I don't expect, like everybody said, anything can happen in life. You see, there is something that is constant in life, that is change. I believe that with what is going on now in Nigeria, there will be an avalanche of change in Nigeria that is going to sweep everywhere. Nobody knows where it is going to happen.
Sorry, Vin, do you know that what you've just said now is a recurring mantra within the Nigerian space? As far as I've been able to put a thought together, the narrative of change has been the subsisting narrative of Nigeria. Things have changed in Nigeria, but never for the better. So what emboldens you the confidence that this time round that will happen?
I am confident that I will not say that P2B or Shawore will win, but I am looking for a very third formidable force that will push these two parties, corrupt parties, around, so that they will know that things are not, the way it used to be. I want these two guys to push these people to make sure that they got into their brain that they can at least sit down and say, no, what is happening today is not what we thought.
Vin, my brother, you are once a soldier. Is it good to go to a battle that you know you cannot win? I'm pointing that to Peter Obi.
Okay, I will answer you. You see, this one is not a battle you fight, with accoutrements. This is a battle you fight with your PVC and your convictions. When I am going into a battle, literally, I am going there to annihilate and kill and maim. That is what my first primary motive is, to annihilate, take you out immediately. But that is not what is in play in politics. The politics is what you see, my brother. Those that are in Nigeria, are they not seeing? Can they see? Can they see what is happening? These two parties, for how long? 22, 23 years that you have kept them. You have perpetually used your PVC to put them, forget about the rigging as well. There is a way you will rig an election, the people will tell you, no, you cannot rig it. This one cannot be rigged. It is the people that will stand. But in a situation where people have not, the sensitization that is going on right now in Nigeria, all nooks and crannies. And let me tell you one man, even some of the senior officers are tired of what is going in Nigeria. They are tired. There are people that I speak to. There are people that calls and speak to me. Those that I gave opportunity to go to school, that under me, that when I was a quarter gas sergeant commanding and a company, a company, CSM commanding, most of them that were under me that have, had the privilege within that period to go to school, that I allowed to go. Most of them were not Igbos. They were not even from the south. Most of them are from the southwest. My people over there. Okay,
I have a question for you, V.
Some of them call. I'm coming, bro. Let me land. They call and tell what is the only thing that is holding that country is a thin line as we speak. It's a thin line, and if you get it wrong, once you get it wrong as we speak, you will not even have 23 to have election. Because it's deeper than what we see on the news. It's deeper with what we see. And I'm telling you the truth.
All right, Vin, let me add on to your response to Thomas's question, and then you take Fidel's question, give a very short answer to that, and then I'll read the super chats and move the conversation on to another contributor for reasons of time. But that question that Thomas put to you, that should you go into a battle that you know you cannot win? So really, the win is really what piqued my thoughts on that question. So you have to really consider what you're describing or defining as a victory for Peter Obi. So if you are defining victory for Peter Obi as taking charge of the Nigerian state and becoming the president in 2023, then I'm not sure that even Peter Obi is defining that as victory for himself. But if you are defining as the number of votes that Peter Obi commands in that election, that is where his real victory will be defined. And if he's able to garner 500,000 to 600,000 or 700,000 votes, I will see that as a quantum victory for him, because that tells us then the strength of that feeling of that space. So it's the strength of the feeling of that space that is the victory or not for Peter Obi, not necessarily the presidency. But take Fidel's question, give a short answer to that, and then we'll move the conversation on. Fidel, you wanted to ask.
Okay, V. Like you were saying, we both know that PDP and APC, they are both corrupt. Okay, let's assume that Peter Obi got PDP presidential ticket under PDP. Would you still be saying this same thing? Would you still be telling people to vote Peter Obi under PDP, despite the fact that you know that PDP are corrupt? Would you still be telling people to vote him under PDP?
No. I made my point clear even before this time. I said here before, I don't know whether you were on this platform that time. I said that people like Peter Obi, PDP is not a party for people like Peter, the Obis. That is what I said.
Okay.
I made that.
We know that you can only win a presidency in Nigeria with either APC or PDP. Labour doesn't have any structure.
No. Fidelis, listen. Let me tell you. Look, Fidel, listen. If you do the same thing all over again and expect different results, then that person is a fool. These two parties, everybody knows. What Nigerians need, like we always emphasize here, is dissemination of information to the grassroots to make people open their eyes, open their brain. With what they have seen, they will make a change. That is, Peter Obi might not make any impact. Listen, I'm coming. I'm not expecting Peter Obi if you listen to me from the beginning, I'm not expecting Peter Obi to make any, marvelous, cover a lot of ground in this election. No. You fight a war, you lose, you go back, you retreat, you tactically withdraw, regroup, know where you've made your mistakes, then you go for the next one. And if you look at all of them, all of them no one of them has won first election, apart from Goodluck Jonathan. None of them, Yaradua. Okay, when you come to it, none of them. They have been trying until the time when it will come. Then they go into it. So that is what I want to tell you about that. But to answer one man's question, let me just put it this way. Peter Obi, I am not, just like I said, I am not expecting P2B to win the election or Showore to win the election. No. But I want these two corrupt parties that are being controlled by these criminals that have made your school not to work, that have made so much money that they can even buy half of Nigeria. If these two guys will push them around, at least make them shake a little, then we are in the right course. Thank you, sir.
Brilliant. Well put, Vin. So this is why Vin is popular in the platform. Intelligent, articulate, and quite assertive in his presentation. So thank you, Vin. So let me acknowledge the super chats. Only Alexander Gomez, of course, no other. So Alexander, I have to apologize first for this text, for this super chat, the first one that you are sending. So but you requested for it. So it says, oh my God, my heart rips apart just watching that link. So Alexander requested that I send him the link of what happened in Ondo State. And I did try to warn him that it's quite a traumatic thing to see. So apologies for that, but that is the going on in Nigeria at the moment. So apologies for that. Alexander carries on. He says, I absolutely agree with you, Vin. You are spot on. So this is something that Alexander often says anytime Vin presents, because of course Vin speaks as he knows. Alexander still with the super charts. He says, with world-renowned Nigerian administrators, Soludo, Duke, etc., and corruption reduced to next to nothing, Nigeria will be a top-notch country in less than 10 years. So I agree with that, Alexander. And by the way, let me invite people to click on the like button. We're trying to hit 100 likes with this session. Plenty of people for us to reach that. So please do that. If you have no reasons not to click on like, then please click on it. But I agree with your super chatter, Alexander Gomez, because the subsisting understanding is that Nigeria needs 2.5 to 3 cycles of good governance to become a world-level state, to become almost a top 10, certainly a top 15 level country. So 2.5 to 3 cycles of good governance. So if we have a good government that runs 2 terms, and then another government that succeeds it that runs one good term, then that will cure all of the problems in Nigeria. From the monies that we are hearing every day, looting, on average, they are looting what? $500 billion from the Nigerian state annually. All these endless lootings, if they are looting on average $5 to $10 million per person, and there are about thousands of them doing this, if that was stopped and all of those monies put to the good of the country, and with somebody that has half a brain to the level that you've just adduced, Alexander Gomez, like somebody like Soludo's level. Somebody like Soludo's level, running good governance in Nigeria would even reduce it to a 2-term to turn Nigeria completely around. It's not a difficulty, it's just criminality. So thank you for that. With world-renowned Nigerian administrators like Soludo, Duke, etc., and corruption reduced to next to nothing, Nigeria will be a top-notch country in less than 10 years. I concur with that. So thank you for the super chats, Alexander Gomez.
One man, let me just add something to it. You see, what Nigeria need is not money. Nigeria need good leaders, free from corruption and criminality. This is what Nigeria needs to move forward. And these things we are experiencing to the left, right, and center will never happen. You see, there is a story that I heard from a British official that said that if the looting and stealing that is going on in Nigeria happens in the UK, say UK will collapse within 2 weeks. God loves Nigeria. God bless that country so much, but individuals are destroying that country, making it, to be the talk, mockery of the world. Thank you, sir. And also, I would like to thank Alexander Gomez for that super chat. Thank you so much, sir.
All right, brilliant.
Really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Vin. So from Vin, let's go on to Baba T. So hopefully you're still there, Baba T. But they say 24 hours is a long time in politics. Even less than 10 hours is a long time in politics. So we were here not that long ago, reflecting on matters as they are evolving. Matters evolved even further off the back of the concession of the presidency, at least the flag bearer in the APC to the southern region. The Yorubas have called now this meeting that they have been trumpeting, that they have been heralding. They've called that meeting now, and they've narrowed the Yoruba space to no surprising names of 3, Tinubu, Fayemi, and Oshibanjo. But do you want that 3 to become 1 within the next few hours for the potency of the Yoruba space to really hold? Babati.
Oh, good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes. First of all, prayers for the families of the lost souls in Ondo State. That was just traumatizing. I saw the video as well.
It's awful.
I literally threw up my food. I just that was horrible. But back to your question, for the interest of the Yoruba, they care about themselves. They better. And who even knows if we're going to have elections with the way Nigeria is right now? Who knows? the way things are going right now, who even knows if we're going to have any elections at all? So they have to figure it out within themselves. And we still have Tinubu leading the charge as being the head of the spearheading that movement. Fire me, I give him little or no chance. I think it's a 2-horse race between Osibajo and Tinubu. But also, let me just repeat what I said yesterday, that for us to have an effective third force, there has to be a spike in PVC collection and applications between the demographic of 18 and 35. I want to see 5 to 15 million new voters, 18 to 35 key demographic age, 5 to 15 million. That for me to take the third force serious, that has to be a spike in that PVC numbers for them, because we cannot continue with these old guards anymore. Because protest is not going to do anything. For you to affect change, you have to have the power has to be in your hands to affect change. We can't continue to protest or lament or they will change. Forget protest. We are past the ages of protest right now. We should have gone beyond protesting. Grab the power to affect the change you want, and you have the numbers. Now we don't have I don't have a name to throw out there. I know Mr. Jai will say, "Oh, so whatever," but find a galvanizing individual that can bring everybody together.
Can you build that person? If you have a name to attach, sorry, hold on. I'm asking you personally to build that person. If you have a name to attach to it, fair enough. But if you don't have a name, it's not important. But can you build that person? What attributes does he have to have? What sort of politics should he have? And what sort of messaging should they be sending to the people? That person of hope for the Nigerian person.
Right.
Can you give us just a feel of what we're looking for?
Yeah, this is a person that is detribalized, of course, believes in Nigeria. Preferably, this is my own opinion, preferably somebody from the north, a young man from the north that speaks the language of the north but also understands the south. A multilingual individual that speaks multiple Nigerian languages. Somebody that can communicate with the youth in his 40s, preferably. That we can galvanize those youth. That when he speaks, it looks beyond religion or culture or tribe. That would be the ideal person to do it. That would be, but we have the numbers. Youths have the numbers there. You have the numbers. Because we cannot continue. I mean, we cannot continue with this APC and PDP thing. Because guess what, guys? Even if they have bombs in Ogun, Lagos, Ibadan, Oyo, these idiots will still continue with the elections. As a matter of fact, it favors them because they have less people to worry about showing up for the elections for fear of being bombed or being killed. They don't care. They will still hold their elections anyways. So you have to grab the power. You have to find somebody. Like I said, I just gave you some attributes that I want. You can come up with yours, but you have to find somebody to kick these people out of power. You need that power to effect the change you want. We should be done with protest at this point, guys. Forget protesting. I don't want to say going on the street. That one, we are past that one right now. Let's find somebody. Get these people out of power.
You know what happened? Sorry, Babati, because my mind has now rested on that space, so let's just address it. Many killed in attack on church in Ondo State. Many people have been killed in an apparent terror attack on a church in Owo, Ondo State in southwest Nigeria. Eyewitnesses told correspondents that St. Francis Catholic Church, located on Owaluwa Street in Owo, was attacked by gunmen who first opened fire on worshippers on Sunday morning before detonating an explosive device in the church. Owo is the hometown of the state governor, Rotimi Akeredolu. One of the eyewitnesses, Mrs. Kende Ogun Korode, said there were a lot of casualties on the church premises, which is not far away from the palace of Olowo of Owo, Oba Ogun Noye. Ogun Korode also claimed that some priests and church members were abducted by the gunmen. So what are you making of that? So that is Akeredolu's homestead. Right. So I'm not quite sure if that permutates. There's been no attribution yet to who actually carried out the atrocity. But if we go by antecedents, then we can speculate, But what do you think this signals to the space? And do you think this is a signal to the space, or just the now a new normal of Nigeria, that this is what the country is? Do you think this is political, or this is just as we know?
It's a bit of both, because let's remember that Akeredolu was the one that spearheaded the need for Amotekun. He was the main guy that wanted it. He's been at the forefront of the fight against herdsmen in the forest. And I'm not speculating. I believe that it has something to do with him, and it also has something to do with the elections as well. So it's a bit of it's politically motivated, and also against the government as some kind of warning shot to the Southwest as a whole. So this is bigger than what we even think it is. I don't want us to just see it as just being in isolation. And if you're from the Southwest, brace yourself for more impact. I'm sorry to say this, brace yourself as we head towards the elections in 2023. It's going to get worse. And people have been saying in the comment section that this is might be. They don't want to give this thing up. Either way, crook or crook, they don't want to give up this power. And funny enough, we might joke around and say Buhari looks timid. In fact, can we just stop this notion that Buhari is a very timid person? He appears to be very timid on TV, but he's a very smart guy. He's a very wicked, evil person, in my opinion.
My brother. So, sorry to cut in there, if you will permit me.
Yeah.
The guy, the behavior of a leopard. When you see leopard in action, you see how furious, how ferocious leopard can be. But when you see it walking, it is not. There are so many things that are going on underground that we are not privy to. The one they want us to know is the one we see on the media. That's what is going on. For someone, one man, my people in this platform, for someone to move away, looking at the antecedents and the history of these attacks and the role Akeredolu has played in bringing this presidency to the South or something like that, his campaign and herdsmen and so on and so forth. You will just tie the two things together, then you put the knots together, then you get the result.
Right.
For someone, if it is an outsider that is coming in that particular place, have the audacity to enter into a village that is not indigenous to whosoever that, because I don't believe that it's Yoruba people that did that to their own people. I will not. I can bet my head to it. I cannot believe
we don't
that.
know the attribution yet, but so we just have to.
It might not be. It can never be our people. Our people cannot do that. What I have seen is very, very horrendous. It's very horrendous. It's just like killing people in the Sahel. That is exactly what happened there. The Sahel way of killing people, the ISIS way of killing people.
Let's not use that word too often, otherwise it will trigger YouTube. But thank you for that. Thank you for that, Vin. For reasons of time, let Babati just carry on, and then I want to touch on as many voices before we round off. So Babati, back to you.
It has political, but let me also add one more thing to it, one more layer to it. This also forces the religious narrative into the next political.
Sorry, Babati. Were you here when we were doing? You were here, were you not? When we were doing that narrative of that prelate in the East,
right?
That had to pay 100 million to rescue for his own life,
right?
And when he came back, he was accounting to us that what these Fulanis were telling us is that they are all over the forest, all over the southern region, and very concentrated in the southwest. So are we taking from that to bring into this situation?
No, we have to. No, we have to, because you have to start asking those anybody running now about religion, and sadly enough, they have to address it. So not only do we have politics, money, tribe, age, foreign interest involved in this entanglement, we have to throw in religion as well. And unfortunately, I know that's hard to swallow, but that's the reality. And based on what that pilot said earlier, that they already have people. I mean, look at what is going on in Lagos. They are finding, weapons all over the place. So something is boiling, like something is coming up in the Southwest. I have no idea what it is. I hope it's not what I think it is. Don't let me speculate on it. Let me say that I want to say. But I hope it's not what I think it is. But if it's what I think it is, then brace yourself, Southwest, because this is just the beginning. Unfortunately, I know it sounds terrible on a Sunday morning, but based on what we're looking at right now, I think this is just the beginning. Because
let us be positive now. Say this is
I'm being a Rabbi. Let's be realistic. Look at what man just said right now. That they have people around the place. And I'm being a realist. I know it sounds terrible to say that on a Sunday morning, but brace yourself, guys. This is not the end. You're going to see more of this. And I'm not used to this in the Southwest. I'm not used to people going into a church. What might remind me, if you've ever heard of anything,
it's unheard of, isn't it?
It's not something
the only thing in church is that you pretend like you are paying attention, but you are looking forward to your rice and chicken after church.
Or
that's church now. You have no concept of anybody coming to do that.
And the way they went all the way south to Ondo, it means they apart from their general plan, they particularly have some kind of special plan against Ondo State.
They said no. That was said 2 years ago.
Edo crossing or all those places.
They said that what he did, chasing them out.
But we must be mindful that we don't know the attribution.
I know, but I know, but everything leads towards that. But somebody from the Southwest, it bothers me. Actually, it bothers me that we are still focused on elections at this point. I think Nigeria needs to sit down and decide what they want at this point. Maybe we should just propose it. Let's just find a way to just, sit down and have a conversation about the country. And from the third force movement, you people that believe in third force, you have the numbers. Find someone that you can galvanize support to get this thing going and get these people out of office. But back to the Ondo, I'm waiting to hear from Akeredolu. Let's hear what he has to say. Let's hear what our so-called Presido has to say. With his BS, he's going to come up.
Do you think he will even make a statement?
Yeah, and also let's see that if our Tinubu will say anything this time. The man always keeps me quiet when it comes to Yoruba tragedy. You don't hear anything from him when it comes to Yoruba getting killed or anything. He's very quiet. So let's see what he has to say this time around. But I think that they've thrown in the religious aspect to it, and it's not going to go down well. It's a terrible day for Nigeria. It's a terrible day for the country. It's a very terrible day. Oh my!
It's awful. I don't even want to think about it. But thank you, Babati. So let's go on from you as we start to capture as many voices. We might not be able to capture all the voices, depending on. But in CBD, the subsisting narrative, the concession of power to the South, the Yoruba holding an emergency meeting, not power, but the APC tickets. So the concession of that to the south, to the Yoruba holding an emergent. Huh?
You forgot I'm here. War peace.
Let me go to your war peace. Sorry, you were so quiet. So sorry, with your permission, war peace has been here all the way through. So the subsisting narrative war peace, the concession of the power to the south, the Yoruba holding the emergency meeting, and now this evolving narrative of what happened in Ondo State. So just as succinct as you can on that war peace.
Yeah, I greet everybody. Greet Ajali. To that of the Yoruba space or the South, if you can remember my last contribution 3 days ago, I said it's good that the South have a united front than this open fighting they're having among themselves. It will not do us good. Do you remember?
Yes, I do.
Okay, that's why ever since I have not been really speaking on that space. Not until we now the Southwest want to have a meeting is a good call. It's not time for us to bash if Tabi is not capable or Tinubu is not capable. But let us first have one front first, present our candidate. If it's Tinubu and Tabi is going to be out, one in APC, one in Labour, then we know we have two people we are going to vote for. But unfortunately, the Fulanis have played the long-time politics for installing Atiku in PDP. That is the crack. I would have been so happy if it was South people in PDP, Labour, and APC. Be whoever, then we can bash ourselves openly. It's our space. We can scrutinize who we want to scrutinize, who we want to vote for, who would vote for, who vote for the person. But now we start scrutinizing the little we have. We are putting ourselves on a high disadvantage and giving the northern people or northern cabal the high advantage they are looking for. It's just like we are playing to their gallery. Now, Atiku is there right now. We are fighting Tinubu in one hand. We are fighting Tabi in the other hand. What that tells us, we are giving Atiku giving us a upper hand against us, So, first of all, I'll please beg everyone on this platform, let's best focus how to get who stand for us in South. This is not time for name calling, and see how we can kick Atiku out, because if we like it or not, Atiku might take the day if we don't take it right, if we don't play it right. That's how I see that space. So I'm not really going to speak on that too much. Coming to the bomb in Ondo, may just rest in peace. I don't know. We just talk here and talk and blame Fulani. We're not supposed to be blaming anybody right now. This is the same politics APC played against Jonathan in 2015. It's like we are forgetting. The so-called players, they're all still in APC. I said it before. I don't know if this platform that they don't give Tinubu that ticket, or don't give some people in that party the ticket, or don't go their way, we're going to see more horror before the election. And if you could check the pattern, if you notice anytime APC is having a primaries or whatever, or convention, something important, there's always attack. Have people noticed it? The train attack happened, I think, a day of the convention, or a day before the convention, or a day after the convention. There's always an attack in Nigeria whenever the APC is doing something that is so big. Important. Yeah, this big. Yeah, it's so important. So there's a pattern to it, and so that guy that they kidnapped in the east, yeah, the prelate be what he said so much that he put all his what he's saying into question. I think Vin is here. He understands what they call in military term chaos. When you create chaos, you distracting people's attention to to what is really going to happen. That guy came out and said if he was kidnapped, fine. If you have said his Fulani ends there, we can put one or two together. But going further to say they are bombed, they're going to bomb this country, they're going to take over this country. He said that just last week, and today this happened. It will make the security agency is slow to act to the people you are really pointing figure to, you are trying to paint or you are accusing, because your field is chaos. You are trying to distract the attention from the main attraction. You know,
What is?
No, hold on, Vin. Hold on, Vin. Let him just carry on because we are pushed for time. But thank you, Vin. Yeah, carry on.
Yeah, that's how I say. This one that happened in Ondo, we cannot put a name to it right now. The country is tense right now, but when the dust settles, we'll know who did it or where it's coming from. If it's Fulani herdsmen or if it's anybody, but it's a sad situation. May their soul rest in peace. Let's just keep our finger crossed. As Rama said, we should not be putting name to it. It's too early, and let's see how it goes. We are smarter than this. We should put sentiment and emotion aside. We should try and be calm and see how it plays out. I think I've answered 2 questions. I don't know if it's 3.
All right. Thank you, P. So the same set of questions. So sorry, the same. Sorry. Thanks to meet you. Nice to meet you, Fidel. I think Fidel about to leave us, but good to hear from you and join us again when you can. So thank you, Fidel. But let's go on to Insibidi with the same set of questions. So Insibidi, your thoughts.
Yes, let me start from this incident of Ondo. If left for me, I think I wouldn't be interrupting people anymore on the platform, because I think it's good. Maybe you let someone talk, then you come out and it's just for my own point, my own preference. But you see, let us stop accusing ourselves. Nobody have ever come out here and start attacking that is just directly Fulani people. Personally, myself, I don't do that. That's why if we're talking about terrorists, we know the direction they are coming from. So the fact that we are saying that they are coming from the northern space does not mean that we are tying it to any tribe. And if there are terrorists that happen to be members of a particular community or tribe, then that doesn't mean that the people should look at it that they are trying to antagonize. It's just what it is. It's just what it is. So let us not be doing all this. I don't know what I'll call it. So we are not accusing people, but we know where these terrorists are coming from. They are passing through through the northern borders into the southern space, coming from all the places. Have we ever heard of one terrorist coming from Equatorial Guinea or from Benin Republic or from or Cameroon? So let us stop all that. Then apart from that, I believe that this thing that is happening, we don't know. Someone said there was a stream I was listening to, and the guy said that there's already war, but it is there's a term he used. It's like kind of under the So the kind of war that is already going on is the type that it's not been. It's the media that determines if conflict is magnified or if it is reduced. So the media, they are still treating all these things as crisis, conflict, and all that. But if you look at it in every other sane country around the world, if 20, even 10 people, look at what is happening in the US. Just few, okay, let me not say few because those are lives. Mass shootings, there's already a debate and everybody's, this banning of guns and all that, and people are talking about it everywhere. But imagine if they've experienced quarter of what Nigeria has been experiencing, for the past, let's say, maybe less than 10 years. So what is happening is terrible, and we have to use our voice. This is the only way we can help our people. This is the only way we can be in solidarity with the people of Ondo, the people of Nigeria, both from the north to the south, is by speaking on these things and let us magnify as more. Let's call the attention of the world. Let them know what is happening in that country, because we cannot be quiet and continue, dying. Is it because it has not affected anybody from our family or, so let us not do that. Let us try as much as possible to speak on these things and so that we can put pressure on the people in positions of power or influence to be able to do what is right. Because the more that they are saying that very soon now they'll start Big Brother Niger. Before you know, it covers the mental space of most of the youths. You know, even elderly people as old as 50, they are listening, they are watching Big Brother Nigeria, they are waiting for eviction. You know, so we need to move beyond this, because this is what these people are. This is how they are saying that there's no much pressure on them, so they believe that they can manage that space. So please let us understand that these are human beings like us. These are our people. You know, these are people that had dreams, aspirations, and everything, like the way we do. Some of them are even planning to go to maybe America, and look at what has happened to them today. You know, so then for the Southwest, yeah, I believe that, like I said earlier on, if they, maybe the only way I see that there will be like some kind of turnaround for Tinubu in this APC presidential ticket, you know, that is trying to get, is if there's that, you know, what happened with Tambua, something like that happens in the Southwest. Maybe on that day you find out that somebody like what's the name? Fayemi, all these people just step down and say they're supporting Tinubu. And before you know, Osibanjo also have to, because I believe that the main opponent for Tinubu right now in this APC issue is Osibanjo. So he's the one that is that will determine if Tinubu gets that. If he also decide and say I'm stepping down for Tinubu, then obviously I feel like there's a high chance that Tinubu will get that ticket. And I also feel like someone like Amechi has, even if he's not going to come first, he might come second or third, because I feel like the man has been doing some underground, crooked politics, So that's what I feel, and I don't, they should, at the end of the day, like I said before, me personally, I'm ready to set aside any grievances I have with Southwest politicians, because I've never hidden the fact that I don't like the way they played this politics. It was not clever, that, okay, we'll put, let us make it look like we are for you and not for the rest of the other South, like South and Southeast. It's not Yoruba people, not Southwest people. Yeah, Southwest politicians, majority of them. And the way they did that is not good. I don't support it, but I'm ready to put all those grievances aside and support anybody that will do the right thing. But
Oh,
unfortunately, personally, I've not seen that so much in Tinubu. I feel like even I've not seen that so much in Tinubu. That's just my own. Maybe as time goes on, maybe if he gets this presidential ticket, then if he starts campaigning, we might see a different side and we might see his true intentions. But for now, I have not seen that so much in Tinubu, to be honest. So
all right.
that's just what I've seen.
All right, thank you, CBD. Well put, and a lot of what you say, I agree with. So well put. In CBD, always a balanced view, except of course when he's talking about the southeast. So Alexander Gomez joins us. So Alexander, the emotions are mixed at the moment, but how do we balance it, Alexander?
My heart is just broken, man. I believe this. Like my mother would say, báwo làwọn ọmọ karambà ní ṣe dé ọ̀wọ̀ láti ṣe nǹkan tó ṣe torí Ọlọ́run? What is this all about? What is going on in Nigeria? It's this. Bati said something, and I absolutely agree. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the start. There's still more to come. And these people have sleeper cells all over Yoruba land, especially in Lagos. This is gonna be a season of blood spilling all over the land. I don't know how these foreigners can come over. I don't want anybody to deceive themselves by thinking that this is not a Fulani thing. This is got Fulani terrorism written all over it. This reminds me of that deadly act that happened in South Carolina, where a white man
sat down with a bunch of black people, had church service with them in South Carolina, and ended up killing 12 of them after the church service. I thought that was the most heartbreaking thing I've ever seen in my lifetime, but this beats that. I don't know. We have a leader in Buhari who's the grand patron of Boko Haram. Nobody seems to want to talk about that. Buhari was known as the grand patron of Boko Haram before he became president of Nigeria. The reason why these people are doing what they're doing and getting away with it is because Buhari has sympathy for their ideology. And you see things change drastically once it ceases to be the president of Nigeria. It's sad. It's very sad. And if anybody thinks that this presidency is coming to the Southwest, you're living in the cloud cuckoo land. It's not going to happen. This power is going to be retained in the North. Buhari can play his shenanigans. He can do whatever he wants to do, but they have plans to retain this in the North. And Atiku is going to win the election by a landslide. It's a slam dunk, like they say in basketball in America. That is the sad story. That's the bottom line. People should come to the realization. Buhari, Atiku, no, what am I saying? I'm so upset. I'm so sad about what's going on. Tinubu is not going to step down for Shibajo. Shibajo is not going to step down for Tinubu. They're going to cancel each other out, and somebody's going to come in and steal it because of the fight between Tinubu and Shibajo. That is it. That's simple and straightforward. I called him because my heart is broken. I called him because a sleepy town of Owo, an ancient city of Owo, where its inhabitants are sitting down in the church, worshiping their God. Some extremists came in and had the effrontery, the temerity, the guts to come and kill my people. I'm so sad. Yeah, carry on with the show. God bless you all.
Brilliant. Well put, Alexander. I think that's the voice of all of us. It's just you don't even know how to factor it, but there it is, and there we are, and that is the country that we live in. So that is the country that we live in. That is the Nigeria that we have. I'm not even sure, what to say. They are giving numbers as high as 100. Hopefully, that's just speculation. I'm seeing that in the comment section. That's not verified yet. But you can't really add more than a sleepy town, a restive town, a settled town, just a conservative,
historic town. Historic town, yeah.
Historic town, deep and satiated and very died heavy in history and culture, been civilized for even when they were still climbing the trees in Europe, they were civilized in Oyo, in Owo, and some. I'm not going to make the attribution as to who did it, but I think we all know what the speculations are.
We call them terrorists at least?
I think they are savages. That's what they are not human beings. You know, whatever propels you, how can you? So sometimes I try to set my mind into the mindset of these people. You do that, and then you walk away, you take a shower, and then you go and hug your child. You go and have dinner with your wife and hug your child good night and put that child to bed. Haven't spent your afternoon doing that. And then you go about and then you laugh, you joke, you cry, you feel sad and happy. All of the emotions that human beings carry. You carry those emotions and you can distinguish between that and being a human being. You're not a human being. You're a savage. You're a Neanderthal. A barbarian is better. It's unbelievable in CBD.
Woman, honestly, let me just say this. You know, why is it that we are expecting? What are we expecting? We're expecting that these people will come out and start and kill maybe like 1 million people. Okay, so let me not use those. I don't know, it's sensitive. Are we expecting 1 million people to be, taken to be wiped out in one day before we now understand what we are dealing with? Because I hear some of us saying that I heard someone saying something about that's why is the priest or the prelate was saying that they want to attack the South. So all this that we've been seeing for how many years now is it not attacking the South or attacking Nigeria? So it seems like sometimes we are now getting numb to these things, and we are honestly, I'm
This
not a
is the
God
new
at
normal
all.
now. Is this not the new normal?
You know,
This is the new normal now.
One
no,
man, can I say something?
No, I want Nsibidi to round that statement because I want to
Oh,
show you know where. Okay, you can say it, but Nsibidi round off thoughts quickly,
yeah,
very
very
quickly,
fast.
Solly, and then I'll hear from Joe quickly, and then I must start shut down.
Yes. So please, I don't want to be hearing this. This shows me that something is wrong with our, let me say ours, so that it doesn't look
No,
I'm directing it to anybody.
we are living in denial because we don't want to take on what we have to take on in order to rescue ourselves.
And we are not even, sometimes it has gotten so twisted to the fact that sometimes we even blame ourselves. But what I'm trying to say is that this thing is
That
happening.
why did you go? Why did you stand in the way of the bullets? This is
Imagine.
where we are now. Why did you
This
stand in the way of the
why did
bullets?
you why did you even offend these people that made them to come and look for you? This is what we are talking about now. Why did you mention their name? Can you imagine? These people have already started what they have been what has been widely believed by a lot of people. They are already attacking, they are taking out people 20, 100, 50, every, so we are expecting them to come and do it like 1 million before we understand that what is going on. So honestly, please let us understand what we are dealing with, and let us. There's a reason why a lot of people have given up totally in this project called.
All right, thank you, Sibidi. Well, quick comment from you, Joe. We hear a comment from no, so from Solly,
sorry.
and then we give Joe the chance to introduce himself to the space, and then we shut down. So, Solly.
So a lot of people always say, "Oh, Solly is not reacting. I'm not outraged." When I went back to Nigeria in let me see, about 9 years ago, I went to the bus stop and I saw a human leg there, and I was the only one at that bus stop that reacted. This shows that this answers your question of, is this the new norm? Nigeria has always been like this. People have been numb to things like this for years. They get numb to it and they don't feel it anymore. It then becomes the new normal. How could I be the only one reacting to a human leg at a bus stop? So even if you watch that video that they recorded in that church, people were not shouting. People were just walking past by, like they were just walking by maybe one keg or one tree or one. That's people in Nigeria are numb to things like this already. That's the problem. That's just what I wanted to say.
All right, brilliant. Well put. So Joe, good to meet you. We were about to shut down when you came in, but we hear from you just a brief commentary just to get familiar with you, and then we shut down. So, Joe.
Oh yes, hi. Yeah. Well, what is happening in Nigeria and the way the people are reacting is just like an experiment that when you take a toad and put it in hot water, it jumps out straight away. But when you put a toad in cold water and you turn on the gas gradually, the water will be getting warmer gradually, and the toad will never jump out until when it died. That is exactly what is happening in Nigeria. The situation there now, because I called home, I think I mentioned it the other time that I'm from Ondo State. So I called, and the way they were saying it, and I listened to the video, you see, people were just wailing. They couldn't do anything. And what is happening, if we remember Melafia, the video that he did some times ago, that yes, once they finish in the rural areas or in the bush, then they will start coming to the cities. And it's like we are indifferent to it. Now, they are not going to come like, oh, this is war, but they want to bring a kind of terror, like
they will
psychological warfare.
They will chop you off bit by bit.
Yes, bit by bit. And there is something in Yoruba, they call it aroko. What they are sending to Owo is actually an aroko. I don't know if anybody on the platform knows what is aroko.
For the benefit of the non-Yoruba speakers.
Aroko is like when you know, in those days, when they send a signal. For instance, if you want to call for a war, that is, you want to go to another city to go and fight war, you send something to the king over there that we are coming. So it's like a signal to tell them that you said there should not be open grazing. You are the one that is talking. You are the one that is leading all these Southwest governors. Now we are sending these to your hometown so that you will know that we are actually on the ground. Just a week ago, they said ISWAP is already in Yoruba land of Kogi State. And truly, that very last week, they struck in Kaba. Is a town in Kogi State. 2 days ago, they struck in Okene. That is the hometown of the governor, to the extent that they killed a masquerade there and some other people. Now, this thing is coming down, and people, those governors are still in Abuja discussing how they are going to do election, when they've already known that there won't be any election. So it's unfortunate that people, our people, are like, we are like that particular experiment that I was talking about. We are being chopped gradually, psychological warfare. We are put in cold water, and there is fire coming up gradually. And this water is getting hotter and hotter, and we couldn't jump out because it's weakening us day by day. And that is exactly what is happening. So that is what I just want to say. I've asked people. Yeah.
So Joe, we hear a lot of stories like this quite often. But in often instances is in lands distant and far beyond. So
Yes.
whilst we empathize, it doesn't hit in the manner that I'm sure it hits them there. So this one hits us, Joe.
Yes, it hits us, but some people are still in denial, just as you have mentioned. We are still in denial simply because it has not occurred to us. Even look at that, the Methodist reverend. All he said, or if you listen to the media, they were trying to debunk it in every way. You don't even look at, simply because we are talking about one, we want to be politically correct. Now, I'm telling you, even some people in that war, as long as it didn't happen to them directly, they will still be indifferent to it. They will still be indifferent. And some will say, no, it's not the Fulani. Is there any Yoruba man that will just go to a church? It's never heard of. Go to a church, and then is it the Muslim, Yoruba Muslim, that will go to that church and bomb the place? Never. So all the people that I called from home, they told me they were Fulanis. That the way they came, nobody could stand them. So they came with explosives and all these dynamites. So, and that's how they killed. Someone was telling me there are over 50 people. You see, and those are the things. What if in my hometown now, what we are paying to be able to secure the town is so enormous. And this is supposed to be the work of the government. But we have to be paying. We were making contribution to make sure that we have our own vigilante. But what can vigilante do in the face of explosive? Thank you.
There are no ways to factor it, especially when you see the clips, which I don't recommend that people watch, but a lot of people have seen. So when you see the clips, you try to rationalize, you try to reason, and then you try to think what could have and should be done. But the overarching thing is that your heart just sinks, because that is Folake down the road. That is Auntie Yabo,
Yes,
streets away,
that
and that
would
is
be.
Mama Mayowa, and that is all of that. Is, yes.
And also that's a sanctuary. It's supposed to be a place of peace, a place of safety where you go to hide from problems and issues, both physically and spiritually.
But terrorists will not see it that way. And one thing we should understand is because we don't even give names to all these people again. We only give numbers. And that is Nigeria for you. No data, nothing. I have a friend that I just realized was not, he went to Liberia War. You remember when there was ECOMOG, and we were told that the guy was dead. That is almost 20 years ago. You will not believe that it was just last week I heard that this guy is alive. Because they just abandoned him in the bush there, and it was a hunter, a Liberian hunter, that saw him, that this man was not dead, and took him home. He was in Liberia for over 10 years or more. Nobody knew he was alive. The Nigerian army never contacted the parents that, oh, your son is dead or is alive. Nobody. So that is what is happening. And
yeah, Mr. Joe.
Yes.
Mr. Joe, I do not know how long one man will shut down anymore, but I will tell you that yes, that thing happened. There are so many times it happened in the war front to us. Myself, I was there for 3 years, 8 months, from 1994 to 1990,
roughly
December
that,
1990.
yes, almost 20
Yeah.
or 25 years ago.
I was a member of NIBAT 20, that is Nigerian Battalion number 20, that went there, and that was 1994. I was there for 3 years, 8 months, and all through I fought in that very place. In fact, I can tell you, I do not know if we will have a program that
he came
can,
back now. Nigerian government don't even know.
He was abandoned.
He's still existing.
I
they
heard
don't
the
even
story.
know now. Till now, they don't even know.
Yeah, he was declared MIA. There are so many of them that were declared MIA, missing in action. You can't see them, and they just left. You know, some people could not even read the compass that they were given. They could not find their RV or where they have to go and gather. See, these are some of the things that happen in warfare, and it is the duty of the government. If you don't find your people, the place you deploy them, it is their duty to go there and look for them. But this guy was just unfortunate. He was abandoned over there, and that's exactly what is happening in Nigeria.
I don't want
and it was fortunate to have been found by that.
He was just fortunate.
He was fortunate.
He was there. He gave birth. He married over there. Gave birth to about 3 children, and then one day, I was just being told this story last week. He has to send the first son to Nigeria. And then that was when they knew that he was even alive at all. So when I asked, when did he come back? They said he sent his boy about 3 years ago. So even his father died, he didn't know that he was still alive. So what are we saying? I don't want any of us to just because we think about one Nigeria, we want to be politically correct. If anything happens here in UK, every of their members, they will make sure they get them, even in the war front, and they will inform all their parents. All their parents. I remember when what is his name? Gordon Brown, by mistake, wrote a letter to the parents. And there was a spelling mistake. Do you know this? The prime minister has to go to that town to meet the parent and apologize. In fact, he wrote another letter with his handwriting rather than typing it, just to show that he was very sorry. But nothing like that happened in Nigeria. So I don't want us to be politically correct. It's just because Nigeria has not happened to us. Sometimes that is why we feel, oh, it's a distance. It's a distance thing. But it's happening. And it's coming. We are just seeing this. It's coming. More are still coming. It's just Aroko, like I said, is like a signal. like, I don't know how what the correct English something, but it's Aroko. That is, send an emissary, a kind of, to tell the people that yes, we are going to do something, we are coming. So that is it. It's still going to happen. It's very close to my hometown. I've called since I came back from church and I had this. I've been calling home. So
all right. Sorry about what happened. And to you and to everybody, and really to humanity. What can you say? It's just sorry that happened. But we are human, but not human in the same way. Ajanle Koko, let's hear from you.
Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. It's so sad.
Have you seen it?
I've not seen it, but I'm just hearing it on this platform.
I'll forward it to your Instagram. But tell your daughter not to watch it, but just to say, yeah.
It's sad. It's sad that people can be, some criminal terrorists that are Fulanis that go to our church in our land to kill a lot of our people. I don't think we have to, not call spade a spade. Let us call it what it is. And that is the only thing that can help us out of this situation. If you hide your brother that's a criminal, you always hide him in your house. You are just hiding problem that will consume you as well. So this is what some of us are doing. And I'm surprised that when World Speed spoke and was making reference to that primate from the East that narrated the ordeal he went through, it's still saying that all he said called for questioning. I can't imagine. I can't understand why we should be talking like this. That what that man, the particular person that went through, that was kidnapped and went through all kind of that treatment, and we want to, instead of calling on the government to do their job, we want to accuse somebody, a victim of kidnapping, that he is the one lying or is not saying the truth. I mean, we just have to stop this. It's not good for us. We know the people, particular set of people that carries out this kind of criminality and terrorism. Yoruba will never do that against Yoruba. Edo people will never carry gun to come and kill Yoruba in their churches. Igbo people will never carry to come to Yoruba land and kill people in their churches. People that are witness said these are the people that did it. And you workers are saying, oh, we don't have to do that. We still have to calm down and hear. Have you ever heard from this government? Have you ever heard from this government telling you, have you ever had any truth from this government? Have you ever heard them by any authority whatsoever going after these people? No, it is sad. Do you have to wait? Do you want to wait until it happens to your own people before you start believing that? It is sad. We don't have to be talking like this. I don't really understand some of us sometimes the way we talk, the way we think. It is sad. I just don't understand it. World peace. You just have to say this every time, particularly when something happened to Igbo people. You want to come out against it. You don't want to believe it. You want to express it. That it's just. They want to express.
I think in fairness to World Peace, I think he was just saying we have to wait for the attribution, which I somewhat agree with. But I think we all know. But it's just,
what are we waiting for?
Yeah.
Who do you want to wait for?
And particularly what he said about that priest, I hate it, man. He said all that priest said called for questioning. What called for questioning there?
No, he said it was being questioned by the media. He wasn't questioning it, but
No. He didn't say for media. He said what he said called for questioning.
All right.
All that he ran called for questioning.
Yeah,
that is
I'll
what he said.
Yeah, do you want to clarify? I'm meant to have shut down already, but clarify that, and then let Ajanle Koko have a final say, and then I must then.
Thank you, one man. What I said the man was kidnapped, no doubt, and he came out and tell us it was Fulani. They have gun, they have bomb, they're coming for us. That make the media start question what he was saying. If I just told us it was Fulani and this happened in Ondo today, we can easily tie the knot. But painting it before it happened, now bring to like you are bringing a narrative, you are painting a narrative, and so it happened, like you are distracting people from the main action. Any security intelligence
but does it not happen now?
I understand it happened. I understand it happened.
What did he paint? Hold on.
I understand it happened.
When you say painting,
let me make one example for you. I'm not bastardizing anything. There are two things that happened that I myself defend on no government IPOB. The shooting in the barrier in the east and the killing of people in the church. The killing of the people in the church. When it happened, everybody blamed the no government IPOB. Just after a month or two, we found there was a cocaine deal that went wrong in South Africa that made us kill their people. The second one, when it happened, everybody blamed the no gunmen. It was video everywhere. But just after 2 weeks, we found out it was just secret court activities.
What is the connection between the prelate
I'm just telling you.
and what happened in Ondo State?
Listen what I'm trying to say. Even though I'm not saying he's dead or not.
All right. This is not a time for a skirmish.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
I am shutting down in a minute, and I want Ajale Koko to round up his thoughts,
The prelate in East and the event in Ondo State, the man narrated the incident. He told us how these people are armed. So what is the connection?
No. So sorry. What Pisa is entitled to his views. It might not be palatable to you, but nevertheless,
Not
that's
for
how
me.
he sees
Let
it.
him be palatable to the reality and the things happening to people on ground.
No. You cannot tell him how to think now. You don't agree, but he
all right,
has,
okay,
he
so
has,
I think let's continue with this political correctness here.
But it's just that's it. He has articulated his own opinion. He's an intelligent man. So Ajanle Koko, back to you.
You see, the problem with us with regard to this insecurity problem is that you have a country that play politics with security. You don't play politics with security. Anywhere you play politics with people, you will never know peace there. And that is what is happening in Nigeria. When Sanwo-Olu is taking action in Lagos State against these Okada criminals that are not even Nigerians, that are trooping into Lagos with Okada from the north, bringing Okada from the north to Lagos State, riding Okada, people that cannot even, some people came to here and started defending them that what Sanwo-Olu did is wrong. You don't play politics with security. Wherever politics is played with security, that place will never know peace. And until when we stop playing politics and call spade a spade and go after people that are really doing this, carrying out these terrorist activities, that is only when we will have peace. It is. We shouldn't play politics. We should not try to satisfy any body by trying to cover what we are not supposed to cover. We know the particular people doing this thing. If your family is among this thing, among the victims that are killed in the church, will you be talking like this? I've not watched it already. I'm feeling the pain. This is a man, Mr. Awadu man on the with us on this platform now. Look at. He said he has it. He has called home several times. It is not even in his hometown, but he's so worried about it. Look at what he said. The amount he's paying. He sent home to provide security for their people. I mean, what kind of country is that, for God's sake?
People will be living abroad. They are worried about their people abroad. They'll be sending home to keep them up economically. They'll be sending home, sending home money to secure them, to guarantee their security. Government is not doing anything. And you will come here and you say that, oh, let us not call spade a spade. It is not good. Government that play politics, this is what they end up. And it's coming downward. It's coming downward. We are under the same umbrella. We are in the same country. When that primate said they told them categorically that when it is uncomfortable for them, that the whole of Igbo land is unsafe, they will come downward, and they are all over in Oyo, or what do you call it, along the Ibadan Expressway. And this is not the first. We have had several incidents like this. People that were kidnapped when they were released, this is the same thing they were telling them. And some people will want to say that we should not get worried about this thing. Is it because we are living, you are in Japan, you are living in a safe place, I'm in America living in, so we should not worry about our people? This is bad. We should just call spade a spade, and that is the only way we can find solution with this problem. All our governors from the south should stand up all over the south. Yoruba land, Igbo land, South, every one of them should stand up against this insecurity. Otherwise, what you see in the north being ravaged, everywhere being ravaged, majority of their territory being taken by banditry and terrorists, is the same thing we creep in here. And we will just be lamenting like this. But it's time to stand up. Let us push those that we can push. The governors and whoever, let us push them. Let us not play politics, APC or PDP and pamper politicians. Let us push them to act. Lagos State is acting now. We should stand up with Lagos State. We should commend Sanwo-Olu, and other states in the West should emulate him. Stop this Okada. Stop it completely. All over the South. No more Okada riding. Stop it and go after and get money into policing and let the police wake up to do their job. Equip them well. The police in Lagos they are with Sanwo-Olu now. Everybody said they are not banging down. They are going to go after these people. Any one of them, they will go after them. And Lagosians, majority of Lagosians are supporting Sanwo-Olu in this respect. This is what we should be doing and not play politics. One man, I'm just this is sad, man.
No. I feel your emotions. I don't think there's no words. You can't find the words in circumstances like this. You cannot find the words, and you cannot even find the thought in order to formulate the words. What can you say? Or what you say, oh, do this, that, and the other. The attribution about 100 people, that is not as factual. This is somebody in the comment section stating that. So that remains to be verified. But even one person on a Sunday in church, in his own homestead, where do you even begin to think about that? What do you even form as a thought about that? Where do you even go to take an action? And who do you go to for rescue? All of this, a recurring decimal. You cannot travel in Yoruba land as a Yoruba. It was traditional, not that many years ago, that you walk in Lagos, and as soon as it's 5 p.m. at your place of work, you pack your little duffy bag to go and see your mom pop in Ondo, Akure, or wherever. And on the way, you stop by those stores to buy yam and a green banana, because mommy is expecting that you bring something, and you will find Aaron Igbe on the way you buy for daddy. That is how we live, but not anymore. Why? Not because we are changing our culture, but because it's been changed for us. I'll read Alexander Gomez's super chat. There'll be no closing smart Alec comments, and I'll just shut it down. So this is Alexander Gomez's super chat. My heart is shattered, one man in a church, for crying out loud. What next? A hospital? So hopefully not. So guys, we meet in the later session. We'll leave it there.